Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Connor Knowles, and this is the Nerdic Gods Podcast, episode 47. And today, boys, it is a very, very special episode. It is our Game of the Year episode. You guys excited? You hyped?
Yes. Most important episode of the year.
Most important, definitely. Joining me for this episode is the lovely Sims.
No, you got to talk.
You can't hear that.
There you go. Keep talking.
I'm so editing that bit.
The not so lovely Daniel. Blah 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 blah. Let's clap.
There you go. I heard some of it.
Better.
No, it's Discord. Discord is dumb sometimes.
I need to get like an app on the computer to do it. There's got to be a way to do that.
Yeah, there's sound clips.
Not that that's coming from that, because that was our live studio audience.
The thing is, I'd have to do that.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yes, we are all in one room. Everyone's got a mask on. Everyone's been vaccinated. Don't worry, people. It's okay.
Have you got vaccines now?
No.
Slowly, people are getting them.
Yeah. A couple of members of my family did. They work in hospitals, so.
Well, thank you to them.
Thank you to them.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. Anyways, boys. Game of the Year 2020 is now over. Today is the last day of 2020.
Yeah, it's actually
December
2021
it's the
starts
last
tomorrow.
5 hours of this atrocious year.
Yeah, get out of here.
And COVID just got worse.
Yeah.
While the year has been terrible, it has been a great year for video games.
One of the best, in my opinion.
One of the best, isn't it? Yeah.
I feel like
I think it's like we've over this entire year we've talked about, we did this or that with the years and stuff, and like thinking about it, like this year's really good.
Yeah. So we are going to go over our top 10 games of this year. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to give my number 10. Daniel's going to give his 10. Sims will give his 10, and then so on and so forth. We are also doing a point system where my number 10 game will get 1 point. Daniel's number 10 game will get 1 point. Sims' number 10 game, you get that. And then the number 9 game will get 2 points, and so on like that. And then we will add them all up at the end, and we'll see what our overall game of the year is.
The Nerdic Gods, top 10.
Yes, exactly.
But
Question there, Sims?
Daniel has a special...
What?
Daniel had to go above and beyond, didn't he? As per usual.
Oh, okay, yes.
20 list.
Daniel went above. So Daniel's a psychopath, and he's played like 300 games this year. So he made a top 20. And now Daniel is going to go through his 20 through 11 first. We will talk about those games.
These would be my honorable mentions, basically.
Yeah, somewhat.
Yeah,
I have honorable mentions as well.
These will be mine then. I'll just these will all be mine here. Actually,
you can
go through my.
If you like.
Sure, I might have a few in my games beat list.
Sure.
Whenever we get to that point, that I'll call out. But you want me to start now?
Yep.
All right. So I'm gonna go 20 through 11. Number 20, Minecraft Dungeons. I had some problems with the game, but I think overall I really liked it. I think it's a little charming little game. I would like to play more co-op with that game. I think that'd be a fun co-op game just to play, and because the world is really cool. Like they did a lot in terms of the art with Minecraft Dungeons. Even though I didn't score it really high, I had some problems with the loot in the game and how the game's set up. But that was also when it launched. I don't know what it's like.
Yeah, I think it launched very basic. And I think that's our problem with it. It wasn't as fleshed out as we'd liked it to be. I don't know, maybe our expectations were high because it's a Minecraft game, and
I like Diablo games.
Yeah, so I do think now, I think if you went back to it, you'd be pleasantly surprised. I think they have done quite a lot to it. I've had a few.
I think there's a whole new world, if I remember correctly.
I think 1 or 2 new maps. I think you can upgrade your weapon. Something.
Yeah, my biggest problem was they kind of forced you into whatever the highest number was, and not kind of whatever you wanted to use. But yeah, Minecraft Dungeons is a really cool little game.
I forgot that came out this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it came out.
I forget. It's June.
Why did I
July?
not write that down?
It was June or July.
May. It came out in May.
It was in May. Okay, I remember it being around summer. Number 19. Yeah, May was a while ago. Number 19 is Tell Me Why.
Tell me why.
Ain't nothing. Yeah. I like Tell Me Why. I think it's a good game. I don't think it's as good as the other 3 Life is Strange games, personally. But or even Captain Spirit, that little game.
Yeah.
I really liked Captain Spirit as well.
Captain
I
Spirit
don't
was
think
great.
it's I don't think it's as good as those games, but I did really like Tell Me Why. I would like more. I don't know if they necessarily need to go back to it, but I like the game.
Seems
I don't
you
really
played
have
that one too.
much to say about it.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
You didn't? Okay.
First one, like, just nuked me. I don't know the word.
Yeah, remember
then,
after episode 1, you weren't positive on
I
it.
played number 2. I played them all. In the end, I was just like, all right. Yeah, it was just like, I don't know. I just didn't. It didn't click with me. I didn't enjoy it. Maybe I didn't resonate with the character. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. Kind of
I mean, it's a much smaller experience than like their other games, which have way more characters and stuff.
The first one was like, I'm trans all the way through it, and then the second one I kind of just forgot about it, and then the third one it was just kind of thing. I don't know. I just didn't enjoy it. I don't know. I can't really put my finger on why I didn't like it.
I mean, you don't have to like it.
No.
No.
I tried it though. I did. I tried it.
I think it was a fun experience. Like, especially if you like the narrative style games.
I don't regret playing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to check it out still.
Yeah, I would say if you like Don't Nod, check it out. That's pretty much what I would say. My number 18, sorry. My number 18 is Bloodstained Curse of the Moon 2.
Here we go.
Which is...
This one kind of underrated. It got really highly reviewed, isn't it?
Yeah.
Especially
the first Curse of the Moon, which was like that. Which is these are the 2D ones. The like pixelated, old school Castlevania looking.
The second one not as loved by critics?
I don't remember the review scores. Okay. I honestly don't even know if I like it as much as the first Curse of the Moon. But I do really like the game. I think it does some fun things in that old Castlevania style. You have 4 characters that you can switch in between. If a character dies, you still have the other 3 to get through the level. You can play co-op. The co-op was weird with the second one. I played a little bit of it. Like, they pop up. There's like a sword guy. They give you 2 of the sword guy for some reason. So like the co-op guy, like my friend, he was playing as the same swords guy as I could. For some reason, instead of like having all 4 of the characters just be the options, there was like an extra 5th person. I don't know.
That's weird.
It didn't make any sense to me. I don't know. We could have just 2 of the sword guys. Yeah.
It's like Halo, second Master Chief.
Yeah. You just turn around. There's just multiple Master Chiefs. It's like, I am the real Master Chief. Okay?
No, there's like 4 Master Chiefs at least. Where are the other 3 throughout the trilogy? No one knows.
Yeah, they're in a different galaxy blowing something.
They're on another Halo.
Yeah. So number 17 is Wintermore Tactics Club, which was the tactics D&D based game. If you remember me talking about this one. You don't remember me talking about this one?
What is this?
Yeah, this is the one you play. You're in the school, and you are a part of the tactics club, which is like a D&D group. And the principal, he says that all the different clubs in the school have to have a snowball fight, and if you lose, your club gets disbanded. And it's a fun, interesting, cute little game. This would probably be a good winter holiday game. Because it is like cold and snowing, like you go into winter break with this game. Yeah, it gets a little kooky and weird at the end. It's not like a straightforward narrative.
A little kooky.
Yeah, it's a charming little game. I really like that game. I was surprised. I was definitely pleasantly surprised. Number 16, Journey to the Savage Planet.
Yes.
Which,
heard a lot of people talking about this one lately.
Well, this came out in like January, but I played it, I think, around summertime as well. I played the game fully co-op, and that game is just really fun and funny. There's not a lot of combat to it, I heard you popping that. There's not a lot of combat to it. It's mostly an exploration game. You're basically trying to. There's like a thing in the middle of the planet that you're kind of getting up to.
Is this
try to
game kind of
explore
No
what it
Man's
is.
Sky?
No.
A little bit. Not at all.
No. You're not really going to anywhere else. You're just on this one planet.
Just
you're
like
just-
gameplay wise, are you just like collecting materials and shit and like
Yeah,
trying to
you're
get-
just yeah.
get there?
You're like probing things. You're trying to like keep advancing higher because you just got to keep going up to the top of this planet. You're trying to scan the wildlife, scan the planet, the plants, and they're like statues to scan too, and that'll give you like lore bits. They're like little jumping puzzles to like upgrade your health. There's other materials that you go back to your ship, and then you upgrade yourself to get a better jump. You can get like a jetpack, stuff like that. Upgrade your gun because you do have to fight some things. There are some animals that will attack you. And there's a few boss fights in the game.
Just goddamn animals.
But it's a really funny game. I was not prepared for it to be as funny as it was. I had a good time with this game. It wasn't a terribly long game. I think we played it for 8 hours, maybe, co-op. And we did almost everything in that game.
There's nothing better than a short experience.
Especially co-op. It was just really fun. We were just
when you wrap up a game and it.
Yeah. The one thing I will say in terms of the co-op that I really liked was there are like definitely sections of the planet. You couldn't like be in a different section of the planet from your co-op buddy, but if you're in the same one, you could be any part of that area without like worrying about it. Actually, no, I think you could be at other sections. But we had like an easy time. Like he was just doing puzzles and stuff by himself, like exploring a different area. I could be scanning or doing something I wanted to. We were all getting the same upgrades. You didn't upgrade individually, which I thought was pretty nice.
Just a nice little co-op experience.
Yeah, I'd say check it out. It's on Game Pass. That's how we played it.
Sure.
If you want a game that's just relax and explore a cool planet. My number 15 is Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War.
Ooh, didn't crack your top 10, huh?
No, I don't know if I don't like it as much as Modern Warfare.
Sure.
I just think Modern Warfare was just a better game. But I think the campaign did some interesting things. It's not my favorite Call of Duty campaign, but I think it's worth checking out if you like Call of Duty campaigns. And the multiplayer, it feels more like old school Call of Duty than Modern Warfare did. Modern Warfare definitely felt like we're doing something different in how the entire feel of that game.
Was the campaign as Call of Duty? I've heard a lot of comments like it's not your typical Call of Duty campaign. There's like a lot of slow bits, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't know if I want to spoil too much, but there's kind of like this
story bit.
Yeah. Especially like the later in the game you get, there's a few levels where there's not a ton of like gunplay and stuff. There's a whole KGB like mission where you're this KGB agent in this like embassy, and you're trying to I forget. I think you're getting like a key card, and there are multiple ways to get this key card. You can kill somebody, you can stealthily do it, and it's just a really cool mission for Call of Duty to do.
Nice.
Yeah, I'd say check it out at some point if you like Call of Duty campaigns. Yeah, right. The story gets wild. I'm going to be honest.
Wild.
Yeah.
When it's on sale, I'll pick it up.
Yeah. Especially on the new gen, I think it'll look great.
Yeah.
See, I played this. I re-downloaded and played some multiplayer, but the story I played.
Did you beat the campaign like a day before?
It was like it was like the weekend, and I had got my Xbox on like Tuesday.
Yeah.
My number 14 is Coffee Talk, which
nice.
I guarantee you might not remember me talking about this game.
I do remember this one.
You do? Okay, cool. This was a fun little game. It was just a really relaxing game. Like if you're just looking for a game to relax and meet cool characters and kind of a futuristic, it's kind of a cyberpunk world, even though you don't really get to see it. They're like weird like cat people. There's a cat lady you talk to.
Love me some cat people.
Yeah, there's like a merfolk kind of girl.
I do want to play this game.
There's an ogre. She's like a game developer. Yeah, she's like a game developer.
You just talk about your problems, do you? Or you just like
you're talking to them, and you open your coffee shop late at night instead of like in the morning or anything, and you just get people coming in, regulars, and you just talk to them. And I think it takes place over like 2 weeks, and you just kind of experience their stories. They'll tell you what's going on in their life. I can give you one story, not too much of it, but this the cat girl is like a pop star.
What's her problem?
So her problem is
too much catnip.
Her dad.
She's addicted.
Her dad is her manager.
Yeah,
and he's like a little overbearing and stuff. The mom. Too? No, he's not. The mom had died. I guess before, and he's just protective over her and overbearing as a manager, and she thinks he's being too much, so she wants to go get another manager. And you kind of talk to them individually. There's a few times you talk to them together. Yeah. And
so this is like therapy.
No, because the one girl is like a journalist.
You're the therapist.
Kind in some ways. But...
So what did Britney Spears do about a manager?
I don't want to spoil it. Unless you want me to.
No, it's fine. I want to play it.
Okay.
It's not on Game Pass, is it?
So
it was Games with Gold.
So it was Games with Gold. I thought it was on Game Pass as well.
No.
I'd have to look. But it's worth the $10 or whatever, I'd say. And then when you're sitting there talking, they'll want a drink. So the drink making is very simple. Basically, they'll order a drink. It's usually they'll have the same thing. Sometimes they won't, but usually it's the same thing. And then you go to a menu and you have like 3 ingredients that you have, and then you have your ingredients rack, and you kind of grab and you'll make a concoction. You don't really actually do it, but you actually select what to put in.
Are they real ingredients, or are they like Cyberpunk?
No, they are. No, it's like coffee and milk, or like chocolate, stuff like that, or ginger to put in tea.
Turn into like Diner Dash. So that game gives me anxiety.
No. There's nothing. You just select the ingredients, and you only get 3, and that 3 will make a particular drink. And they'll either like it or not like it, and then you have like a meter of how much they like you if you give them what they want, stuff like that. And then you can make like latte art. That's like the only game thing, is basically you like swivel your stick and you can like make latte art.
There's nothing worse, is there, than latte art? Like, who the fuck is drawing in my... Like, I respect the people with the little template, they put it on top of your coffee and they sprinkle your chocolate. I'm like that, but none of this fucking, we've got to shake it and make a fucking flour. Fuck off.
You gotta do all that.
I don't see there's anything wrong with that.
Just gonna drink it, who cares?
You know what I mean? I just want my damn latte.
It looks cool, but not everybody wants latte art. They'll usually request it. But yeah, that's Coffee Talk. It's a nice little game. I really.
Before you move on, what type of animal was the dad?
I don't think he was an animal. I think
he was just a normal human.
Yeah.
The curiosity.
Telling me that human dad just like fucked some cat and like out came like.
I mean, it's like a cat lady. She was probably like a cat lady. I don't know. That's why I assume was the mom was a cat lady.
It's like Mr. Krabs and his daughter's a whale, and you're like, what happened there? You know?
Yeah.
No one knows.
I do want to give a shout out. I know this was probably a little too far ahead, but do you want to give a shout to Coffee Talk being one of the most underrated soundtracks of the year? Maybe not the best, and it's going to get overlooked, but it's got a very like house electronic chill vibe. And it's really nice.
Every weekend.
Number 13, Streets of Rage 4. That game is awesome.
I thought this would crack your top.
It almost did. Like pretty much from like 13 or 14 on, like all these games are great. But Streets of Rage 4, that game is awesome. The music is so fun and catchy. That game had no right to be as good as it is. The game is awesome. No, Streets of Rage is like was a dying franchise. Like it's been gone for a long time. But it's great.
It's cool to see it come back.
Yeah. The art style is great. They kind of updated it modern, but it doesn't just look like a standard 2.5D game. It actually has a good art style to it. Yeah.
It looks like Gumby. Remember Gumby?
Yeah, but Gumby has like a 3D look to him.
Yeah, if Gumby was 2D, Gumby's a creepy motherfucker.
That's a weird property that I don't get. Gumby? I don't know. He's like Play-Doh or something.
Like a piece of celery with arms.
No, he's like Play-Doh. You can like form him or something.
You can hold Gumby.
Yeah,
Seems you got Gumby over there. He's got no idea what Gumby is. It's a little green piece of celery with arms. He's got it like a doll.
Gumbie. Gumby?
Sure. Gumby.
My number 12, which might be a shock.
This motherfucker.
That motherfucker.
Yeah.
That guy's sitting at the foot of your bed.
What the fuck is that?
There's like other characters in that too.
What is it?
It's like Play-Doh.
90s kids' childhood. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's my nightmare. My number 12 is Ghost of Tsushima.
Number 12.
Number 12. Oh yeah, see, I was waiting for that.
I was expecting lower out of Daniel, to be quite honest.
I don't hate the game. I really
like
the game.
I'm not saying you hate the game. It's just
I don't think it's as good as some other reviewers to see it, but
sure.
I do really like the game. I think the best part of Tsushima is Tsushima. Yeah, that's nightmare fuel.
Stop it, dude. Stop.
I think the best part of Ghost of Tsushima is the island of Tsushima.
Yeah, the world for sure.
Like, I don't like the characters nearly as much. Like for the most part, there's a few that I like, but
no, nothing really stood out to me. I mean, like I think the world is the best part. I think what you say, like,
yeah,
it's funny because I've been listening to all these Game of the Year things, and everyone has it in like their top 3 and stuff.
Yeah,
and I'm with you on that. I'm like, I just don't see it like that high. Like I have it higher than you, but I'm just like, I don't think it's like this amazing thing. Like it's just a game, really. Like I remember Sim
I think it's just a good game.
Yeah.
And I guess why I have it so low is because I think this year has been so good.
Right.
Like
like if this came out in 2019, it'd probably be in my top 5.
Yeah. Like this could be much higher, right? And then the last for my honorable mentions is number 11, which is Resident Evil 3 Remake. Did not crack my top 10. Yeah. Sad because I wanted it to be
lower if I was ranking like top 10, top 20.
Sure, I really like it because I liked the new update for Jill. I think they made Jill a cool character, and I do like Nemesis. I don't like Nemesis as much as Mr. X. He was just a much better AI, and they did more with Mr. X. But Resident Evil 3 Remake was awesome, and it was also 2 games in 1. They had the whole multiplayer suite.
Oh yeah, I never checked that out.
Yeah, Resistance. It was a lot of fun.
Did you play that? No.
Yeah, I played it a little bit. It was fun. I didn't play it with anybody that I knew, but I felt like the monster was always really powerful.
I never
needed some balancing. What?
I never played that.
Yeah, I mean it was a separate download. Yeah, it was a separate download. Yeah,
it was cool. They packed that in at least. Oh, yeah, because it was a shorter game.
Yeah. And that's my 20 through 11. That's my honorable mentions.
There they are. Yes. And now
we can get into the meat.
Our top 10.
Now let's eat. Let's eat.
Let's eat. Okay. Who do we want to start with? You know, let me go over my honorable mentions first.
Okay, sure.
Sims, do you have honorable mentions?
My honorable mentions would be games from last year that I played this year.
Yeah.
You want to rattle them off real quick?
Well, I always like.
What did you play? Like Control?
Luigi's Mansion 3.
Jedi Fallen Order is going to be really high up there.
Yeah, Jedi Fallen Order is going to be number 1, right?
No, Plague's Tale Innocent. Like, I played Tale Innocent was incredible.
See, I played Plague's Tale this year as well.
That would be like top 5 for me, 100%. Well, that's just
me. I might have had it higher last year, but
Jedi Fallen Order, Control. Yeah, stuff like that.
He still honorable mentions it.
It's alright.
He fucking hates it.
I just don't see the big fuss.
Platinum people. I'm telling you, this guy's fucking insane.
He doesn't. I don't know. He just didn't like it.
Just like
I think he did it. He did it to
Go
himself.
through the whole trouble of platinuming it.
Yeah, he did it to himself. That platinum made you hate that game.
Yeah, it sucks. Anyway, yeah, that's it.
Those fucking plants. My honorable mentions. The Pathless, like the art style.
Okay.
Wasn't good enough to crack my top 10, but honorable mention for sure. It was a cool PS5 experience. It'd be a good PS Plus game.
I still would like to play that game.
Yeah, definitely play it when you could get it super cheap or whatever. I'd definitely recommend it. Manifold Garden.
Okay, I didn't check this out.
Yeah, I didn't beat that, so I didn't put it in my top 10, but I did really like it. Really cool first-person puzzle game. Really trippy art style. Some weird stuff going on. Really liked it. Super Mario 3D All-Stars. I'm going to do an honorable mention for that. I don't think it should be in my top 10, right? Just the quality of the games.
I probably should too, but I didn't even think about it.
I'm not putting it there just
They're
because
all old
it's
games.
just a re-release of old games, right? Yeah. But it kind of, because I
Galaxies.
do have like a couple remakes in my top 10 list, so it was kind of, but this isn't really a remake, it's just a re-release. So
I did play Mario 64.
you did, didn't you?
Oh my
How was
god, I love it, man. It's so good.
The game's one of the greatest. You know,
Just smash the first 6 stars in like 5 minutes. That Koopa, the Koopa thing, the Koopa race. Listen, right, me and that Koopa don't know about me. All right, let me tell you. I was like, and I was like up there. I was chilling on top of that all for about 10 minutes. He's like, I was like, listen, kid, all right, listen, you beat me all them years ago. Sorting it out. I'm a kid once.
I've come back to you a full grown man to take him my next honorable mention, Fall Guys. Just barely getting off my top 10 list.
yeah. You know, I was thinking you were going to have that in your top 10. I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
It did get kicked off because of a certain game. But yeah, Fall Guys was great. I had such a fun time with Fall Guys.
Yeah, I know you and Natalie really liked that game a lot.
Yeah, I loved that game. I know Sims was a big fan too. Where'd he go? Sims?
He went to go talk to his daughter.
Anyways, yeah, I loved it. I love the mini games of that. I never kept up with it or anything, but I mean that's how I am with most multiplayer games. You know, I mean that's how I am with.
Yeah,
all
they're
games.
in season 3 now.
Yeah, so I mean, but I played it for like a good 3 weeks ish around there.
Yeah,
I know. Me and Sims played it for
that
a
whole
while.
month.
Yeah, I played with Natalie too. Yeah, I had a great time with Fall Guys, and like what a cool idea for a game. You know, a lot of really cool mini games. A unique structure, I'd say too.
Yeah, what if Wipeout was a battle royale? You know?
Right, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, the Fall Guys is killing it now. You know, I know the Among Us kind of took a lot of its steam, but
yeah, there's a few games that even Phasmophobia, stuff like that. There are some few games that really,
but it still seems to be doing fairly well. I'd say. I still hear about Fall Guys pretty often. Yeah. So yeah, Fall Guys, good honorable mention. And then my last honorable mention is Dreams.
Oh yeah, Dreams.
Probably the first game I played for the show, right?
It was the on. I don't know if it was the first, but it was definitely
I think it came out like the second week we were doing this. So, but yeah, Dreams.
Or maybe it was in March.
Yeah.
No, was it February?
No, it was February. It was like early
February. So then, it must have been very
like
quickly.
Yeah. No, it came out on Valentine's Day. So.
Oh,
yeah,
that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
I remember that. Yeah, but yeah, especially the arts story. I think it was called whatever it was. The
art campaign. I still didn't play that game.
Yeah, that was fantastic. I wasn't into the whole creating thing. Maybe it would have cracked my top 10 if I was more into like actually creating these games and stuff or whatever. But the arts tale was.
How much surfing did you end up doing?
Just playing around with other people's stuff. Yeah, I did quite a bit of that when it was out initially, and that was really fun. I'd love to go. I should download that and check it out now. I bet
see what people are making.
Yeah, I bet there's some really cool stuff right now that people have.
Yeah, I always see Reddit posts of what people have made.
Yeah, really. Yeah, I just saw one the other day. Someone like tried to remake the Cyberpunk world in there, and like it looked pretty good. Yeah, I was like, oh shit, this looks pretty cool. I'm sure they didn't make the whole thing, but like
just like a little block.
Yeah, the part they did make, I was like, oh, that's actually pretty good. Yeah,
kind of. I did not see that. That sounds fun.
Yeah, I definitely would recommend that if you can get it on sale for like $20 or whatever, or if it's free on PS Plus one day. I'm sure it will be. playthrough art story on there.
Yeah, maybe if they do like a PS5 update, they'll make that the PS Plus game.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea. What was I gonna say? Oh, Soul that just came out reminded me a lot of Art's Tale. Actually, there's a lot of similarities. In that story. Yeah, the Pixar movie. Yeah, it was interesting. Honestly, I was like, this is kind of a lot like like Art's Tale, and I was like, oh, that's weird. Yeah, not like 100% similar. The stories are different and they get drastically different, but there's a lot of the same themes in there.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, massive shout out to Four Guys. Had a great time with that.
Yeah.
Nice distraction. I enjoyed that. I forgot about that. Not on the games I finished. I should really write what I played as well. But yeah, it was good. Fun. It just, whittled away a bit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's only so many times you can get beat by your girlfriend. So.
Yeah.
Can't do that too often, Okay, and then we will start with my number 10. My number 10, Astro's Bot Playroom. Yes.
What 10?
Yeah, 10. At 10.
Isn't it it's just Astro's Playroom, isn't it? Is it Astrobot's Playroom?
I don't know. I wrote Astro Bot Playroom, so I'm assuming that's it.
Okay, I mean, you played it.
Title?
I can't remember. I think it is Astrobot.
I think it's just Astro's Playroom. I think.
That would be a better name.
I think that's what it is.
But for some reason, I put Bot there, so whatever.
Well, because
I've put Astrobot.
There was Astrobot Rescue Mission.
That's a good point. See, maybe we're getting confused. Anyways, yeah, it's my number 10. What a great game this was.
I can't believe that correct your top 10.
Really?
Oh no, honestly, it's amazing.
It's spectacular. Like, it really is. Especially just how I was coming at this game when it first came out. I thought this was just going to be a tech demo. I thought this was just going to be some little hour-long thing I would just forget about. But no, this game is fantastic. All the old PlayStation game references are amazing. The platforming feels great. The stuff it does with the controller is awesome. Yeah, I love this game.
Incredible game. Honestly.
Yeah.
Nothing but praise and smiles all around.
Such a cool little character too. Like, I can't wait for them to see what they do next with Astrobot. Like, hopefully they make.
That'd be nice if they actually like give them a game.
Yeah, I think that's where they'd go next. Do like a full $70 game with
different worlds, stuff like that.
Stuff
let
like
them
that.
have a 3D platformer.
I don't know. Hopefully they can still get away with doing all the references to the other PlayStation games in like a full-on game. Like, I would hope that would continue.
They'll be there for sure.
Yeah, that would be cool. But yeah, can't wait to see what the future holds for Astro's Bot. Sims, it's your number 10.
Number 10. Avengers.
10?
Yeah.
10?
Number 10. I thought this would at least be top 5.
I thought it was gonna be 1.
I have
number 1.
My PlayStation.
I knew it wasn't. Go ahead.
10.
My PlayStation 5 has clocked in 199 hours.
PlayStation 4.
Don't get me wrong. Personally, it's great. Like, it's amazing.
No, he looked at it on PlayStation 5.
Oh, okay.
First thing I did when I put the PS5 on was like look on my game hours.
That was the first thing you did, really.
Yeah. So, I love this game. Don't get me wrong. I put like 199 hours into it. Unfortunately, it would be a crime for the game. It is a basic beat 'em all. Don't get me wrong. I love that. I love the loop, the beat 'em up, get the loot, but it's not fleshed out enough. It's not better than the next 9 games.
Yeah, I wish I would have put it in my top 20, but
it's great. Don't get me wrong. It's
I like that game. It's very flawed for sure.
Yeah, it's just let's see how it looks like. I'll go back to it. I'm not even finished Kate Bishop's missions. Like, it's just I loved it. Like, I wouldn't say it's just like it's not as good as the other games I played. It's the most I put hours in wise, but it's not better than the next 9 games.
You are the Avengers guy.
I know, and I do. I love the game and I respect the game, and hopefully I'll go back to it and hit it hard again. But it's not the best game of this year, is it?
Certainly not. I'm just shocked. I thought for sure like Sims is gonna have Avengers in his top 3. I thought for sure. No. Crazy. Okay. Well, there you go. 10. I'm shocked. Daniel, that's your number.
Actually, I should be writing what you guys say.
Yeah. You should.
Hold on. So mine is my number 10 Let me go back here. My number 10 is Doom Eternal.
Wow.
All the way at 10, huh?
Yeah, rock and roll. That soundtrack is awesome. Yes.
Oh, man.
What are you doing?
No.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. Doom Eternal, a great game. I love it. I said when we talked about it when it first came out, I don't know if I like it as much as 2016. It definitely has some things I do like more. I like the little grapple into people, and introduce the sword, which is pretty cool. But I mean, give me more Doom with a super shotgun and blowing demons up, and I'm gonna love it. That's all I gotta say.
It's just the fluidity in that gameplay, right? It's so
Yeah.
good. It feels so good when you play that game.
I don't, again, retro spect. I don't know if I like the platforming at all. Like I've been thinking about, because Doom really didn't. The first one didn't really have any of that. It had a little bit of just like climbing up.
Could you?
Yeah, you could jump.
Oh, could you?
Yeah.
Can't look up.
Yeah, it would be more just climbing up things, but they definitely went way more with platforming.
It's a game that I'd probably play for like an hour, but I don't think I could go through the whole thing because I feel like if I've played an hour of it, I've played all of it. If that makes sense.
I would say no.
Too.
It's hard. I definitely think you could play it on easy, but I think that the level design gets really interesting the more you go. They definitely change it up a lot. I know you're not a shooter guy, so
Yeah,
I would say
that's what puts me off.
I'd say you probably wouldn't like it as much.
I tried the other one, but I just don't know, just couldn't get on with it. Same experience with Natalie as well. She played 16 and she played it for a couple of nights and she was like, I just don't want to do it anymore. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. My number 9 is EA Sports UFC 4. I had to put it on my top 10. I know it's probably the worst game on this list, like technically, but I love these games. Obviously, I'm a huge UFC.
This is your personal top 10.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously it helps. I'm a huge fan, but yeah, I've had such a fun time with this game over the since it came out. When it came out, August. You guys remember my whole getting the platinum story and stuff.
Yeah.
I had such a fun time doing that.
I will say, I want to ask.
Yeah.
Now we're a little stepped away from it. Do you like this more than 3, as much as 3, or less than 3?
More than 3 for sure. 3's
really.
It goes. Now, if I had to rank all of them in my head, it would be 2's the best, then 4, then 1, then 3. 3 sucked.
I thought you liked 3.
Nah, yeah.
Okay.
2 would have been my favorite. 2 was such like an arcadey thing. I don't know. We're getting sidetracked now, but yeah.
I was just curious.
Why was 3 the worst?
It was the way they always like slightly change it up. You know what I mean? The way strikes, you throw strikes. The way the grappling is, they always, and that was just the worst version of it. I think that was just the way they iterated on that one was just bad. I thought it just felt bad.
Okay.
And yeah, now playing 4, it's funny because when I played the beta for 4, I thought that felt horrible. But
yeah, I remember that.
So used to the other one at that point because these are games that I just keep installed all the time and I just play randomly all the time. So then when I started 4 and it felt so different, I'm just like, oh, this is fucking awful. But then as I got better at it, as I learned more of the controls, the new striking ways and stuff, it got way better. So, but yeah, love the game. Still playing it. Still have it downloaded. I play it like almost daily still, like at least one match or whatever.
Just get in there, punch somebody, leave.
Yeah, before I go to bed or whatever, I'm just like, fuck it, I'll just play it, beat someone's ass real quick, then get off.
You still good at it?
Oh yeah, I kill at this game. These are my games. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, that's my number 9. Sims, what was your number 9?
See, like for me, my top 10 is pretty much every game I played this year from 2020. I played 10 games this year from 2020.
Perfect. That's what we needed.
I was like, Resident Evil 3.
Okay.
I enjoyed this more than the second one. I don't know. There's something about like playing Resident Evil. They're not long. It wasn't scary. It was just. I like games like you play them more than once. You kind of remember them. It comes like by the third playthrough.
Learn the puzzles.
Yeah, you knew what to do every time, and then obviously, and it rewards you as well. It's like, oh, if you do it fast enough, you get this, or you do it in this mode, you get this. I know, and then I just enjoyed it by the end. You had a rocket launcher, I was just blowing up stuff, went for the platinum. It was a good journey. Like, Resident Evil games are really good for stuff like that. That they give you some. I like a game where it's like, oh, you beat the game. Here is this.
They reward you with that.
Yeah, and I do enjoy that. I think Resident Evil are pretty much like the best for that. It's like, oh, you played the game. Now you've got this like Magnum, or you've got these cheats.
Unlimited rocket launchers.
Exactly, and it's like it doesn't penalize you for using it trophy wise or you know what I mean, like. And it was like, yeah, I'll do that. Like, I'll have fun with a rocket launcher. Like, I'll beat the game in under 4 hours. Like, it's just a carrot at the end of the stick. Like, I really enjoyed it. Like, I didn't enjoy number 2 that much. Well, that's just.
You're just wrong. It's fine.
Yeah, Resident Evil does the replay the game thing so well, right? Like almost better than any other franchise. Like normally when you have to replay a game, it's like, oh, I don't want to replay this, but Resident Evil gives you
100%.
You know, such nice improvements that you almost want to.
I think it's just how those games are made and how the levels work with the puzzles. Like, oh, this key goes to this thing, but then you do it and then you know exactly where to go.
Right.
I think it just
faster and faster.
It makes me feel good inside. Like, don't get me wrong.
I think
I couldn't give a shit
both these
about
new
it.
remakes have like beat it in a certain amount of steps as a challenge, and like that's insane. That means you cannot miss a room. You have to go to the exact room at the right time. That's crazy.
Daniel, you're number 9.
Number 9 is Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Number 9. Are you
Number
fucking
9.
mad, blood? What's
should I not have it in my top 10?
Should be number 1.
Number 1? No.
But I'm currently playing this. So.
yeah. I really like Spider-Man. I think it's a great game.
No spoilers.
No spoilers. It's got a good vibe, good music. It's got a nice holiday Christmas vibe, which I think really fit. I kind of wish I would have played it this past week. Just maybe I should have just got in there and swang around.
I'm getting so rewarded on that point that you just made.
Yeah,
like, it feels Christmassy. I feel warm. I know it's a cold game, but I feel warm playing it. Like at the end of the night, it's my treat from like a stressful day of tidying up and picking up toys and standing on toys and stuff like that. Oh, sorry.
No, that was the combat feels good. The Venom attacks are awesome. I do like Miles. I think that I would like to see them expand Miles more for sure. Give him more length of a game to have him flesh him out more because it is a pretty short experience. And I do really like the story though. I think it. I don't know if it hits the notes that the first game hits for me, but I do really like it. It's number 9.
Nice. We will talk about that more, I am sure.
Yeah.
My number 8, Ghost of Tsushima. Yes.
Ooh, number 8. Okay.
Yeah. I think it's the right spot for it for me. I love this game. The story was, great. Not the most memorable story, I'd say, but it was great.
Had some cool moments.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier, but like really, it's the world that makes this game great. I love those just the random side quests you would get. I think I like those more than the main story overall. I think for me, I guess I should talk about it here too because I already talked about it. But for me, it was the Mystic Tales. Those were the best missions, I think. Yeah, those were great. Yeah, the stuff with your horse was great. I loved all that. But yeah, just the world. I love all the Fox Den stuff. The way the world would guide you to finding its secrets. With the wind and the animals and the bird and whatever. I
wasn't too crazy about the wind personally.
Yeah, I like those ideas. Anytime you can take away a mini map and like icons and stuff on my screen, I appreciate it.
Not like a Ubisoft game.
Yeah, exactly. If you can, the more stuff you can take away, the better to me. And they did that in a really cool, unique way, I think. Yeah, the combat too. Got to give a shout out to that. I thought the combat was excellent in that game. It's really fun.
I like the stances.
Yeah, the stances are so cool.
Water stance.
Stuff, yeah, all the different weapons and stuff you get. Had some cool characters too. So, yeah.
Lady Masako.
Yeah.
Probably my favorite character.
Yeah, those main side characters were all fantastic. Yeah. Can't wait to see what they do with a sequel to that. It'd be
be very, very curious.
I'm
pretty sure they're already working on it.
Definitely. It's one of the highest selling games of the year, so I'm sure we will see more of that franchise. Sims, you're number 8.
Number 8 for me is Iron Man VR.
Ooh, forgot
okay. I know you really like this game.
Yeah, I did. Like, I had such a good experience with it. Like, it was nice to get the VR out. I didn't play it. I didn't finish it. Like I didn't play it every day after every day, like because again, it's like the hassle of getting the VR out, sitting in the right place, and hard day at work, can't be bothered. But no, like the complete is like 4 hours long, I think.
Something like that. Some accumulation of a small amount of hours.
Nice.
It wasn't a very long game.
It was about 4 hours long, 5 hours long, and it was just the story was great, and like to be Iron Man, like to feel like Iron Man, and have that effect of flying around, and then all of a sudden that realization, because you're in VR, you're not flying around, and then all of a sudden just stumbling, like I could be standing perfectly still and just like, and then just literally just fall over. Because like they do such a good job of like making you feel like you're flying around, and the story was good as well. It wasn't just like an Iron Man simulator; it was an Iron Man journey and flying around. You know, don't get me wrong, you were shooting the same thing, but I don't know, to feel like Iron Man, to have the repulsors, to choo 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 and stuff like. I just had a good time, like, and it will always stand out to me. Like, hopefully there'll be a number 2. There probably won't be, but it was such a good.
I wonder how much it's sold.
Yeah, that's a good shout, to be fair.
I gotta imagine for a VR game, it probably sold really well.
Yeah, of course. They did a bundle or two, didn't they, with it? They did an Iron Man VR bundle.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Had a good time. Be an Iron Man. Like, what else can you ask for from a VR experience? Like, I mean, you get to be all these different people, but
yeah, you're a playboy billionaire philanthropist.
Exactly, like you, and there was a story to it. It wasn't just like no disrespect to the Batman. I never played the Batman, but you did.
I heard that was just like an experience.
Yeah, exactly. You dressed up as Batman. You were like, oh, look at me, I'm Batman, and then that was it. This, you were Iron Man, and you were playing a story, and you were flying around, and you at the end of it, there was a good boss battle, and then it ended, and you felt, well, I was Iron Man for a bit, and I enjoyed it. Sue me.
I am Iron Man.
I am Iron Man. Yes.
Daniel, what is your number 8, right?
Yeah. Number 8. My number 8 is Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time.
When did you play this? Why don't I remember this?
How do you not remember this?
Yeah, me and Connor kept talking about this game. Man, this game is so overlooked. This game is awesome. I did not expect it to be as good as it is. It definitely feels like a child's like Saturday morning cartoon. It's got more of that vibe than I think the original trilogy did. But I don't think that's a negative thing. It's great. I don't really care for the masks as like a mechanic. I know we talked about that, but I do really like the inclusion of the different characters you could play as. I thought they all played different, and they had little specific challenges specifically for them and their abilities. I like that.
It's weird we're the exact opposite. I guess I'll just say it so we can just open up this discussion. My number 7 is Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time. Okay. So that was my next one anyways. But I'm the exact opposite. I hated the other characters. I thought they all played like shit. And it felt very much like an unnecessary thing to add into me.
I don't think it was necessary for sure, but
yeah.
I liked it.
Whereas the mask, I thought really amplified the gameplay and like really made it better. Honestly, like the stuff they did with the mask, especially in that last level. Like I know how frustrating that last level was, but it was so cool to use all the masks at the same time, and like not the same time, but having to switch between them through these different obstacles
very rapidly.
Yeah, very rapidly, and do it quickly enough to get through the section. It was a really cool idea. And I also love the weird little story they had with it. Like you just said, it's more like cartoony,
Yeah. I like the story.
Yeah, I did too. I thought it was a cool idea. Awesome art style too. I'll give a shout out to that. Because when they initially revealed that game, I wasn't too into the art style, but
especially Crash himself. It took a little bit for me to, because I like the original or the redesign with the Insane trilogy. Mm-hmm. I like how he looks there, and then I was like, oh, he looks much different in this game. But I like what he looks like.
Played it a bit more. I really ended up loving the art style. But yeah, man, Crash is back, and I fucking love it, man.
Crash back, baby.
It's one of those things where it's like you were never quite sure if we'd ever get this, like a true Crash Bandicoot sequel. And the fact that we got it in 2020 and just the way it was announced too, it was just announced in like
Very
June
quickly.
or whatever by Keeley. Yeah, at that the Summer Games thing.
Yeah, there were all like the
6 months
rumors of it.
later, we had it, and what do you know? It was fucking great. You know,
It was
and
awesome.
That was awesome. Like, it was what a great surprise that I had this year.
Yeah.
Sims, you're number 7.
My number 7 is goes to Tsushima.
Okay.
There's not
I
much.
had it right around the same spot.
Yeah, we didn't. Not much to say really. It's just a game. Like, it was just a really good game that did nothing new, and is a complete great game. I don't know. Like, I think that's a complete great game with maybe a twist on like 1 or 2 mechanics, but nothing like that blew you away.
Just a complete package.
Yeah, it was great. Like, nothing really. The only thing that really stands out to me is the end. Other than that, I mean, and
I guess the one thing we haven't really
horse
talked
bit.
about, none of us, I don't think, has really dived into it, is Legends.
I played Legends. I did.
Okay.
It was alright. I played it for an hour. Went back the next night and I was like, oh, it's a bit more. It's more the same, isn't it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know a lot of people really love that though. So I guess
I mean, it was
that's why
free,
a lot of
right?
people have it
Yeah, you
higher.
can't moan. I don't know.
Would have
I
been
just didn't-
interesting if that was packaged in on the original release date. See
How
maybe-
people would feel about that.
Yeah.
That's it.
Anything else you want to say?
That's all I got to say about it. Like, I think you guys have hammered it enough. It's just a great. It's just a great game. I enjoyed it. I don't regret buying it. Had a good time. Moved
Platinum
on.
did.
Platinum
Good
did.
trophy list. Shout out to that trophy list, man.
Yeah, massive there.
Or was it just you just play the game and do everything and
Just
you
do
get
everything.
Is that pretty
Yeah,
much it?
exactly.
There are a
Yeah.
lot of collectibles for it. I don't really remember.
Yeah, there were a good amount.
So many.
Yeah.
I remember like the banners or whatever, but
Yeah.
I don't remember any
Literally
of that.
everything on the map you had to do, and then that was it.
Yeah. One
Okay.
of those. Those are my favorite trophy lists.
Yeah.
Though, most of the time.
Just play the game.
Checklist.
I guess that's like Spider-Man, right?
yeah,
That
exactly.
first Spider-Man was just play the game.
There's like certain trophies I just don't like. There's Days Gone goes to one. It's like do a drift for like 10 seconds.
Oh, I remember you trying
And
to
it
do
was just so annoying. Like, I just hate it. Like, everything bought that and it's
One
that
of those
trophy.
that was hard to get.
It just took ever. It took forever. It took me a good 2 days. Like, just spinning in circles. Ridiculous.
I don't know,
Absolutely
that
ridiculous.
sounds pretty fun.
But now you got PS Plus, you can play Days Gone again.
Yeah, no.
Don't do that.
Such a good game. You
The
fucking
spinning in circles sounds like the most interesting thing that would happen in that game.
I like
Sam.
Sam Witwer, so I don't know.
Okay, shout out to him.
I think he's a good actor. Yeah.
It's a good game.
good as Dark
I'm
Maul.
sure there is a nugget of a good game. I'll wait for the sequel.
This
If
time
there's-
last year, I'd have said that was my number one.
Okay.
What else came out last year that was better than Days Gone?
What?
What else came out last year that was better than Days Gone?
How long do you have?
5. You got 5 seconds.
Literally everything that came out.
DMC, Borderlands 3, Control,
Star Wars.
Slay the Spire, Jedi Fallen Order.
Time's up.
There you go. I gave you 5.
Concrete. Literally everything.
Yeah.
I gave you 5 games. So my number 7 is a game I talk about all the time and try to get you both to play it all the time, which is Kentucky Route Zero.
Number 7.
Number 7.
You've pissed us off all this year, and you put it at number 7.
Yes.
Get out
Can't
of
be that
here!
great. At number 7, you know what I'm saying, Sims?
What do you mean get out of here? There. You know how
I
many good
expected
games there are
this to
this
be
year?
number 1, man.
No. But do you know how many good games there are this year? Come on. But you guys should play this game. It's episodic, so it's not like you play it all at one sitting
Yeah.
or something. You could just play the acts as they are, and play it over 5 nights, or like play it over a week. You know, like it's
So what do you like about it the most? Like the story?
the story and the writing and the characters.
Okay.
It's really good. The minimalist art style, I think, it's charming. It isn't too crazy. They do with a lot with like their lighting and stuff, but yeah, it's just a game you really need to experience for yourself with the story. I mean, it deals a lot with Kentucky and the town that you're in. You're kind of driving through. You play as like a trucker. You're trying to deliver something, and you meet people along the way. and you're kind of in a lost and out of time area. It gets a little mystical. Do you have something to say?
Is there chicken in the game?
Chicken?
Fried chicken. I get where he's going. Like KFC, the chicken bread. You know, you've heard of it.
I have. No. I get it.
I'm sorry.
I wasn't ready for that joke.
I'm still upset about Days Gone. One day it will be free on PS Plus, and I will play it.
I have Game Pass.
I have Game Pass, and I was gonna try to play it before this episode.
You said you bought it?
Oh yeah, I've had it since like forever.
And you still haven't played it? Come on.
I was gonna try to play it before this episode, and I was like, maybe it'll be good enough to crack my top 10. Then I'll surprise Daniel with it. But then Cyberpunk just took over.
That'd be wild. I would love that.
And what if it's secretly my number one, and I'm just lying to you guys? You know.
I mean, that could be the case. I have no idea.
It's not. Anyways, my number 6, Doom Eternal.
Ooh, 6.
Pretty high on my list. Yeah, I think I love the platforming. I know we were just talking about this, but I absolutely love the platforming. I thought it gave a whole another layer to these Doom games. I thought that was really fun. I love the lore in these games too. All the little things you can read. Whatever the fuck's going on with Satan down there, just sending demons to Earth. I don't know. Who knows? You know, but it's crazy. The music.
I mean, I love that they make like Doomslayer a god, basically. Like he's meant to do this.
Pretty much
so
like God.
It's so cool.
I actually really like the difficulty too. That just combined with the shooting. Obviously, we just talked about how much I love the fluidity of the gunplay, and that combined with how hard it is just it makes for a really unique, fast paced thing where you got to like really concentrate on what you're doing, who you're killing, what you're using to kill them with, blah blah blah, and it's a really good time. Doom Eternal, man. Can't wait to see a third one out of those guys.
I know. Me too.
You got to get a wrap up to this trilogy here.
Yeah, I mean, there really isn't that much threads connected. There's a little bit, but
yeah, it's interesting how much I like these two because I don't like the original Doom. I played that like back on 360 when it was like an arcade game.
I mean, they're old games at this
point. I mean, that's probably why I didn't like it. But I just remember me and my friends buying that when we were playing the multiplayer, and I was like, "This sucks."
Yeah, but imagine in 1993.
Yeah, yeah. I always think about that, and I'm like, I would not have been a gamer in like.
I really enjoyed that Doom 1.
Do you?
Yeah, I mean, all the first two Dooms are
in the
classic.
bottom.
Yeah, you get beat up. Yeah,
blood running down your face.
Yeah.
Oh man, it was so good.
I also want to give a shout out to the art style just on Earth when everything was like on fire.
Oh
and,
yeah,
especially like that first level and like it just looked crazy. Like,
yeah, that hell on Earth looked really cool.
Yeah, there's just like giant robots everywhere that were just getting beaten by giant demons and stuff. I don't know, it looks so cool. That whole game is just it's got like that metal vibe to it. It just looks like an album cover. But yeah,
for the third in the trilogy, let's get rid of the Marauders.
Which ones were those? Were those big guys? Yeah.
No, the axe wielding guys. Get them out
of
here. Those
were really cool though. Once you figured out how to beat them easy, it was like some sniper. I remember you just like shot them in the head, and then you could like take their axe or whatever.
I mean, if you used the ballista, it hurt them pretty bad.
Yeah,
but I hate those Marauders.
Yeah, I had such a good time with Doom Eternal. Thinking back on it, like it was such a fun game.
Yeah. That was a good weekend for me.
Yeah. Sims. It's your number 6, bud.
My number 6 is Astro's Playroom.
Astro's Playroom, yeah.
Astrobot Playroom.
No, this like snuck in like last minute, but like I fucking enjoyed the shit out of this game. Like, don't get me wrong, it's like I put to get the new shiny box, put it in, and I felt like I was obligatory.
Obligated.
You are obligated.
There we go. Fucking dumb British people.
Words, man.
But no, yeah, I felt obligated to play it. So played it, and then obviously, the first thing it does is show you like these triggers are real. Like they were like the resistance is incredible. Like like Natalie did it first. She's like, I was like, what? She was like, try it, and I was like, Like, it's
Yeah, that's
just,
that's what I want. Is a trigger to push back at me.
It was good. Like, don't get me wrong. It's just like, you feel like you're doing it all the way, but you're not, and then you kind of have to give it that extra bit of like. Do you know what I mean, Connor? You know what I mean, don't you?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. You can really feel it with the monkey suit one, right?
Oh my
When
god.
you're climbing up the thing, yeah, and then you got to hold it.
Oh, I've seen the trailer.
Yeah, it's that one you can really tell the triggers, like you really feel it there. But yeah,
But no, other than the gimmicky, oh look, our PlayStation controller does this now. It was just like a lovely little like. I know it's been said before by other people, but like a love letter, like just take you back on memory lane. Like, here's a PlayStation 1. Remember the PlayStation 1 Slim? Do you remember the PlayStation 1 PS1 screen thingy? Do you remember the memory cards?
Do you remember the move camera?
But yeah, but that's in it. Like all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I bought that. I bought this. I used this. And it all looks like, rendered, like it looks real, and like, it looks like.
And then there's all those little astrobots dressing up.
Yeah, and they're all just charming, like
trying
to figure them out, like the games that you probably didn't realize, maybe I don't know, you probably haven't played. There was one for.
That'd be nice if it would pop up or have some.
We had to watch a video because there's a few of them we just didn't understand. A few of them were like, there's a few like spaceship ones, and you're like, is that Wipeout? Is it Resogun? Is it? Some other game. Do you know what I mean? And there was one for it was PS Vita game, Cyberpunky game. What's it called?
Cyberpunky PSP game.
Yeah, it came out for PS4. Number 2 didn't sell well.
I didn't have a Vita.
Had it online, got shut down.
Gravity Rush?
That one.
No?
10 points,
Oh,
Gryffindor.
there you
go. Yeah, that was there, and I was like, "What's that?" And then there was like a Silent Hill one, Devil May Cry one, and all the little astrobots are dead charming. Like the only bit that really annoyed me about the game was just like the one hit thing was really annoying.
What one hit?
You
thing?
get one hit, and you have to start again.
Oh, okay.
And don't get me wrong, it's just a minor inconvenience.
Right.
But sometimes like it was just a bit annoying. But other than that, it's just so like all the little side things you can do, like throwing off the gimmicky controller. It is a gimmick. Don't get me wrong. Like I don't. Swinging around with Spider-Man, having that bit of resistance, it's great. It hurts my thumb, I think. But the game is just like bright, colourful, and just a love. It's just literally just like
just brings a smile to your face, right?
Yeah, I had a smile my whole time, like just nostalgic. Do you remember the PS2 microphones? Oh, do you remember stuff that I didn't even know existed, like. PSP, a GPS tracker, like GPS thing.
There's so much stuff I had no idea.
It's incredible. Like, and nine times out of 10, the things that we unlocked, I owned at one point. I was like, I remember having the iToy. I remember waving around at some stupid things and hopping the balloons and doing the kung fu and stuff like that. I remember stuff like that, and it was just charming. It was really good. Like, it was just a really nice experience. 2-3 hours, nice little platinum. Is it a tech demo? Yes. Is it a game more than a tech demo? Yes. If you don't want to do the gimmicky stuff, you can turn it off. Turn it off and just experience this game for 2 hours.
Can I? That's what I was asking.
I believe so.
Can you for that game though?
I'm not sure, but you can go into the main settings, accessibility.
Because I'll try that.
Turn it all off. Honestly,
because I would like to experience.
I'm just not sure how that game would work if you turn it off.
It'd just be a generic game, but you'd still be able to
hit a button.
I don't know.
You still just hit buttons.
Connor's right, because
you'd
have to. Because there's a lot of this. The spring.
I'll try when I get my PlayStation.
Honestly, I know you don't want to, and I know you think it's a load of bollocks, and you don't like vibrations. Just try it, just for sheer just so you can say I don't like it. I do like it. I don't know. Don't get me wrong, it's annoying, being a monkey and you're doing this. I could do less. I'd love a lot less of this. And I don't mind the triggers as much, but this is annoying. The springy thing, that was annoying.
The springy thing was annoying. I agree
so annoying. Me and Natalie hated it so much. But
that same thing is in Mario Galaxy, and it's annoying there too.
But there's a bow in it.
Yeah, it is.
There is a bow in this game, and the resistance is real. It is real, man. It's so good. But other than that, I've spoke way too long. Really good.
That's what we're here for. We're celebrating.
It's so.
We're celebrating
honestly,
this great year of games.
It's just a smiley game. Like, just play it and remember, remember the history of PlayStation. Just remember it.
It's such a great thing to have that for like your first game for PS5, right?
Mhm.
It's great. It's like already installed. It's there for everyone. It's a free game. It's amazing for that.
Good soundtrack as well. GPU.
Yes. the GPU song
GPU. It's so good. Like,
too are so good.
I was just going to bed like GPU. So good.
Daniel.
Yes. My number 6 is a little game called Hades.
Hades.
6.
Hades.
Fuck. People over the world just went mad. Like, they had a coffee in their mouth. Like, what? Number 6? And
Were you guys high for Daniel? I don't remember you sounding that high on this one. When
well, I mean, I personally, I think
frustrated or something though, right? That might.
Well, no, I was just frustrated, just trying to beat it. It doesn't mean that didn't really like take away from my enjoyment of it.
I really want to play this game.
Like it isn't my favorite Supergiant game. It's probably Transistor, but I really like that game. The characters are awesome. There's so many good characters. You talk to a bunch of people at the house. When you die, you come back and you talk to a bunch of people. The combat feels great. I love that it gives you a reason to keep dying and playing it over again, like a narrative reason. Like that's just awesome.
I really want to play this game. I need
You should.
to play it. I do. I just can't see me playing it yet. Like, that's what upsets me. Like, I want it to be on sale, or I don't know. If you like
Supergiant, you'll like.
Well, I don't think I do. Like, I don't think I've ever played one, so it doesn't seem
Bastion?
like my type of game. But
never played Bastion.
No.
Really? Okay.
I just feel like I owe it to like this. It's been so many people's games of the years. Like, no, I need to play it. This and Oberdin. That's coming out for PlayStation here, isn't it? Next year.
It should already be on PlayStation.
That's been out for like
not
2
the
years.
Oberdin one, then the other one, the one that's just been announced at Game Awards.
I'm not sure what game you're talking about.
Think, Sims. Think.
It's like a narrative game.
To get into Hades.
Oh, you're talking about Disco Elysium.
That one.
I would like to play that as well.
Hades.
I definitely want to play that. Yeah, Hades, yeah.
What I want to ask about Hades is like what makes it like so amazing that it's winning all these Game of the Year ones. That's what I don't see right now. Is like I'm just like
it's
gameplay and stuff, and I'm just like I don't really get it.
I mean, the game feels great to play. Number one,
mm-hmm.
And all the weapons feel unique and good. It doesn't just feel like, oh well, the shield is the only good weapon, so why would you really ever use anything else or whatever? So the weapons feel good, and every run is very unique and different. All the boons and you're going to get are going to be different. Every god you meet is going to be different. They are all unique characters, great voice acting. Every time you talk to one of them, you'll get a little piece of dialogue. Even if you just get a boon from one of the gods or whatever, you'll get a little piece of dialogue. So even the next time you see them, they'll kind of reference stuff. You get a boon from like Poseidon and then in the next room you get one from Zeus, and then he'll mention like, why did you get one from my brother, some stuff like that. All the characters are very unique.
But you never played it as much as these people, because it was like you have to play it over and over and over and over and over.
I mean, I didn't beat it.
Finish it.
I didn't beat it that many times. No, I know that if you beat it, I think 10 times, there's like the final ending or whatever. But I was just very satisfied with the very end of the first run.
I don't know. I just feel like it's getting so many Game of the Year awards, and I don't know, like curiosity is killing the cat.
Sure, I think it's a worthwhile game to play.
Are you the cat?
Yeah.
Oh, you're a cat. Interesting. Who's your dad? Anyways.
Yeah.
Okay. Where are we at? My number 5, right?
Number 5, yeah.
Okay, cool. My number 5, Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Okay.
When I think back to what is like the most fun time I had with a game this year, it is probably this. Like the
really
There was a day that I had where I spent like 8 hours playing this. Like I just sat there. It was just one of those where like all I got up to do was take a piss, you know, and like like it's just one of those days. And that day might have been the most fun day I had with video games this year because it's just like I know my complaints with this game was that it's just DLC
more Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, yeah. I have some problems with the stealth and stuff in those games. All that being said, though, the gameplay is so fun in these games. It's just so fantastic, just flying around being Spider-Man. The combat's so fun. The story, I think overall, I like it more than the first Spider-Man. The more I think about it, I love the story, the way it came together. I love the ending. It made me tear up at the end, which never fucking happens.
Oh wait, man.
Yeah. The suits, got to give a shout out to the suits. The one with the cat is like my favorite fucking suit of all time. Have you got that one yet, Tim?
No.
Okay,
I've saved the cat.
Okay, interesting.
I've got the cat.
You might have another mission to do with that person, and then you get the suit, something like that. Yeah, but you'll get that very soon. But that one's just really cool because like when you do the finisher, the cat jumps out and like kicks people in the face. It's really cool. But yeah, it's just. I had such a good time with this game, and it's just so fun. Just again, just another one of those games that I had a smile on my face the whole time, and yeah, great world. Love the snowy New York, the Christmas time theme is awesome. Side characters are great. Yeah, I got too much more to say on it. Miles Morales, fucking play it. Also, it was great having that as my first PS5 game. It was really nice to get that PS5 day one and then have such a great game to play right away. And I think I'll just always relate that game to getting the PS5, it being my first experience on the PS5. So yeah, that's my number 5.
Yeah, I might download it and then try it on PS5.
Oh man.
Oh, shout out to the ray tracing too. Are you playing in the 60 frames mode with ray tracing?
I'm doing the first. No, I don't know why, but I'm doing fidelity first. I've tried them. Like the other day.
Why are you not doing the 60 frames?
I don't know. I'm gonna try it because I feel like it's not as much ray tracing.
Yeah, that might be true. It's a good thing you're doing the fidelity first then, because once I switched to the 60 frames one, I couldn't go back.
Yeah, just stay with the performance mode.
I'm gonna go fidelity first, and then I'm gonna do performance and ray tracing on the second playthrough.
That was the one I wish was there for mine.
Because I'm worried that I'm not gonna go back. And I don't see these frames. I don't see them.
It feels so slow when you go
back. The gameplay will just feel better.
Yeah.
It's weird. Yeah. But yeah, what's your number 5, Sims?
My number 5 is Animal Crossing.
Nice. I'm happy that it's on the list.
Subtitle to this?
Pardon?
Is there a subtitle to Animal Crossing? What is it?
Just Animal Crossing.
New Horizons.
New Horizons.
There you go.
Not much to say really. It's just it's a nice game. Again, just made me forget about all the bad things in life. Just it's not really my type of game. I just kind of fell into this rabbit hole that I wouldn't have normally fell in. Like,
you got super into it when it came out.
Yeah, Natalie's still playing it right now. Like, she's probably playing it as we speak. It's just nice. It's just a nice game. Like, just you go into it and you forget, and it was nice. And yeah, I can't really.
So the whole building aspect got you and stuff. Like, this is my number 1 game where I wish it got me.
I mean, I built an island. I think I've redid it twice. It was just kind of just to relax. It was just I just want to relax. I'm just gonna play this, and I did, and it was just like I'm thankful for that because I don't think if I didn't have this game, I'd have been a lot more worried and anxious. Normal, you know what I mean? Especially with that.
Then you just went into this cute little animal island.
Yeah, it was just nice, and I remember spending the whole day trying to get my rocks in one place.
Yeah, I remember you trying to spawn them in a certain spot.
It kind of.
Yeah.
Not as nice as I wanted them.
Gotta get those rocks, man.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Those fossils, give it to the owl,
That is number 5, boys.
Daniel.
Is that it? Yes.
Number 5.
My number 5 is another big boy. Final Fantasy VII Remake. Number 5. I love Final Fantasy VII Remake. I think this is the first time we're actually talking about it here on the show. Man, that game is awesome. I did not expect to love that game. the combat it takes a little getting used to, especially with the active time where you have to even if you want to use a potion or an ability or whatever, like it all takes a bar while you're in combat. The music. I didn't want to just talk about just the music, but man, that music is
so good.
It's unbelievable.
So good. The way they remake those themes from the original Final Fantasy VII just sounds so good. Perfect.
Yeah, those mixes are like this is the best way to listen to the music now.
For sure.
They're just the best mixes of those songs. Now we got Sephiroth and Smash. So just Final Fantasy VII is just going to keep going. I wonder when we're going to get part 2. Hopefully sooner rather than later, you know.
It's the thing where, like, I hope they take their time with it. Like, make it as good as you made this one. Don't rush it out. Like, don't do that. Like, you guys have to do this right now. You know, like they started this. They made the first part great. You have to make the rest great now. However many parts there are, they have to be great.
Definitely, I agree 100%. They flushed out a lot of the characters in this game. Because I did play the Midgar section of original 7 before. I played it like last year at sometime.
Sure.
And they just made every character better, like especially the other members of Avalanche, like the other 3, Jesse, Biggs,
really
and
right?
Wedge. Yeah, they really flush them out. You don't really get much of them in the original. And they just make them better characters, especially Jesse. Like there's a whole section you go to her house and stuff. Like that was awesome.
Yeah. Just great characters overall, right? You know, just all those Cloud.
I love Barrett, Tifa, and Aerith. They're just awesome.
Man, fantastic characters, man. Like some of my favorite characters this whole year. It's one of those games that really stuck with me, just like in my mind. Like you know, not. I mean, I'm going to talk about it later, but you know, we will move on because there will be more fun.
Okay, I'll give you something to talk about, but there's only one character that I was like, all right, I don't need him, which was Roche.
Oh, was that the guy?
That was the other soldier member on the bike.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That guy. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't need Roche. He's not in the original. I didn't need him.
Not really.
No, he's
not.
I
thought for sure he was just like he was something in the original, and then he'll come back in other parts. But you're saying
no, he isn't.
Interesting.
He was not.
At least he was only there for that one part. What a cool part, though, that motorcycle.
When he like saves you, I think it's like kind of a cool scene. I just did not need Roche. What a weird character.
Though, right?
Yeah, just he was like he wanted to be a nemesis to Cloud, but he also wanted to protect him because only he could fight Cloud. It was weird, but yeah, I don't have a problem with the ending as much as I know some people do. The ending gets wacky or wild or whatever. I think I like that they did something different. It wasn't just we're just going to retell the whole story or whatever.
Yeah, I'll get into that too later. But
okay.
Yeah, sure. Okay, cool. Where's Sims? He gone? Whatever. It's my turn anyway. My number 4.
I just saw him, but he
peeked his head in. Whatever. My number 4, and we're getting into it now. My number 4 is Cyberpunk 2077.
Okay. Number 4.
Very high on my list. I have not beaten this game. I will say that up front. I have the last mission available. I feel comfortable enough though to rank it wherever I want because I have put in like I've got to be almost 60 hours in at this point. Like I've done so much.
I think you've done more than I have.
Yeah, I'm level 36 and I maxed out the street cred. So yeah, I
think. Oh, where was I at? I think I was right around there as well. But I think you've done more side things than I have.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, I love this game. It is. I know everyone's got a problem with the bugs, and you know this game is really hated right now. Kind of. Although it seems like the more I hear from people that are actually playing it now, the more positive things I'm hearing. You know, like if you stuck with it and you've been playing it since it came out, like I have, I think majority of those people are really enjoying it, just like I am. This game really just. It gave me another Fallout, like it really did, and you know that's like one of my favorite series, and you know obviously it's not the same world or whatever, but it's exactly like that. It's exactly what I wanted. I remember saying before the game came out, I was really in the mood for a big RPG where I could just come home from work every day, get lost in it, do a mission, get lost in a story, you know, whatever. Just do one side mission. It'll take me like 3 hours, and I just get lost in a story. And that's exactly what I got. I got to highlight the combat too. The combat is fantastic, especially once you get
way better than I thought.
Way better. Once you get the double jump. The double jump changes the fucking game. For me, I
actually didn't get the double jump.
Did you not? Oh,
no,
man, dude.
no. My friend, he was doing a brawler, and he got the double jump, and he was just like punching everyone.
Yeah,
that's how he was doing it.
Yeah, I've been trying to rank up my the hand-to-hand combat one, whatever it's called, blunt weapon, I think.
I forget.
I do the street brawl ones, but anyways, it's the way I'm playing this game now is like. I'm doing like parkour as I'm running through the city now. And like, with the double jump and like leaping over things and like I'm hopping on top of buildings and then like hopping on one building, getting on another, getting on like a little ramp up here. And then I got to highlight the world in this game as well, because the world is so amazing. It's honestly probably my favorite world in a video game. I think I could say that.
The city's great.
The city is so cool. Just the way it's structured, the way the buildings are, the way how there's
the different sections.
Yeah, there's a lower level and then a higher level, and like you look up and there's like a road above you, you know, cars driving on it and stuff. Then above that is like a mall, not a mall, but like a gun shop or whatever, and people walking around or whatever. It's the what's the word I'm looking for? Architecture, right?
The architecture of it.
Yeah. The whole city. It's incredible. Like if just walking around this world feels incredible, and then you add in the amazing side stories this game has. Like I gotta say, like some of the best side stories I've ever seen in a game. Like so well written. Some of these, like I will say, the 3 main side stories that spawn off from the main story are like the most incredible things in this game, and like some of the stories you get out of there are really good, and then the characters too. I mean, I could go on and on about this game, but
I mean, that's what they were known for with The Witcher 3, right? With side stuff. So it's like there had to be good side stuff in writing here.
Yeah, and like obviously this is the one I can talk most about because I'm playing it currently. But yeah, it's just everything they do in this game is really good. There's some things I don't like. Like I do wish it was a little bit. Once I got the double jump, I was like, I wish it was just a bit more fluid now. Like I wish we had like wall running, or something like that.
Oh, you want it to be Titanfall.
I do, yeah, because like it would feel so good in this world to do stuff like that, or like even like a stick to the wall move or something like that. Like I don't know.
Well, if you remember, one of the earlier footages was the person with the mantis blades on the wall.
Yeah, I do remember that, and I don't have that yet. I don't know if that's still.
Well, you can't. I got the mantis blades.
I have.
You cannot get on the wall.
Okay, yeah,
that was a mechanic that I think they wanted to do, but
yeah, that would have been really cool. Yeah. See, I know a lot of people's disappointment in this game comes from like the hacking's not very deep, although it gets a bit deeper the more I'm upgrading the
intelligence. Yeah, if you upgrade your intelligence and your tech skill, it'll get deeper.
I think a lot of the disappointment in the game, I think, besides the bugs, obviously the bugs are a fucking huge problem, whatever. But obviously me and you are on the next gen consoles, so we're not having too much of a problem.
I think I'm even having less than you, to be honest.
Yeah,
you've had crashes.
Yeah, well, I'm on PS5, and I know that's running worse than Series X.
Or at least in terms of crashes.
Yeah, in terms of crashing. I definitely. Did you even have any crashes?
No, mine did not crash.
Yeah, I've had, I've noticed later game, I've had more crashes recently.
Interesting. You think it's just too much going on?
Yeah, it might be. It might be something like that. I've definitely noticed way more NPCs since the 1.6 update too, or 1.06 or whatever. Yeah, there's way more cars and NPCs now on mine. So I'm wondering if that had something to do with it. So, because I am getting more crashes now. But besides the bugs, I'm not like the bugs never held me back. It's exactly what I expected with the bugs. It was it's that Bethesda style bugs, and like that's exactly what I expected. You can. Yeah. I don't think there's ever going to be a version of this game that doesn't have bugs. I don't think you can.
I mean, no open world is perfect.
Right.
Every open world game has bugs.
Yeah, but besides all that, it's just the way the combat came together for me. The side characters, the story, the writing, it's all fantastic, and I love this game. I'm completely addicted to it right now. So yeah, number 4. I think that's a good place for it.
Number 4. Sims, what is your number 4?
Your 5 was what? Final Fantasy.
Mine was FF7, yeah.
And yours was?
My 5?
Now
Yeah.
he's
My
at
5
4.
was Spider-Man. My 4 was Cyberpunk.
So I haven't missed much. Sorry about that.
No, you didn't miss
Airing-
anything.
parenting issues. Number 4 is Final Fantasy 7.
Nice.
Went into this, never played a Final Fantasy. Kind of gave into the hype. Needed something for my birthday. I was like, I needed something to have, I guess. And that was like, what do you want? I was like, I think I want Final Fantasy. And yeah, I had a really good time with it. Like, learned a lot. Enjoyed the experience, like, and then made me want to play the original. Played the original after. Never finished it, but I got quite far into it. You know, a bit more of what happened and what was going to happen. Yeah, I had a good time with it. Visually amazing. Performed well on the PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4 Pro. Some really quirky, like, goofy bits, the dancing, like the art style, the music. So I had a really good time with it. Like, surprisingly a good time. From someone that wasn't necessarily a Final Fantasy fan at all.
Yeah,
How
it's
did-
interesting that was your first Final Fantasy game.
Pardon? Sorry.
It's interesting that was your first Final Fantasy.
Yeah, I've never been a Final Fantasy fan. Like, I tried 10, tried 13, just never played it for an hour or two, never really clicked.
How
Natalie
did this
likes them.
combat then work for you?
I think a lot better because it wasn't necessarily turn-based. I think that's what.
Yeah,
helped
it was half. It was like half turn based, but then also
yeah.
you could move around.
I just did it there for the journey to see what happened and see how it, see what the fuss was about, really. And I was rewarded with my curiosity. Can't
Yeah,
wait for
great
the
game.
next one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
only 10 more years, man. Almost there.
Only 10 more years.
Daniel, what's your
Yes.
number?
My number 4 is Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
Ooh, thought be higher.
Well, it's just you could
It's
see as things were coming out, as things just started getting scrambled. But yes, Ori, man, the game that no one's talking about. It's
Yeah.
so good. That game is awesome. The platforming feels so good. The visuals, the game is so beautiful. The story is very overlooked. I think that has a really good story. The combat is so much more improved from the first game. The first game, you just had this little wisp following you, this little fairy thing, and it would just shoot out. And then the combat, like Ori 1 is a really good game. It just, the combat didn't feel very good. And they just improved everything with this game. And more people need to play Ori.
Cool art style.
Yeah.
It's honestly, it's great. It's such a good game.
Cool. Anything else you want to say on it?
Play it. That's what I want to say. More people need to play it. That game is awesome. And it's on Switch now, so
I feel
There's
like there's a good
more
amount of people talking about it now. No, I don't know. I've been listening to a bunch of Game of the Year stuff, so I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
I haven't, but yeah, more people need to be playing this game. It's awesome.
Cool. And then we will move on to our top 3. Da da da. And lights go down. It's like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? You know what I'm talking about? Oh, okay. My number 3. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1+2. Here it is. The fact that I got this year is just incredible. Every time I play it, I'm like, I'm so happy this exists. I've wanted this so long. I've wanted a remake, like a proper remake with the exact same gameplay of this, because we got a remake back in 2011-ish.
It was like 360. I don't remember.
Yeah, end of 360 era. But and that one they fucked up the gameplay super hard. They didn't adopt it over. It wasn't like the same gameplay. It was like made from.
It just felt weird.
Yeah, it felt completely wrong. Now it feels 100% right. It feels better than the original, I'd say. And
Whoa.
and like that's incredible. The soundtrack's incredible. I play this game all the fucking time still. I'm addicted to this. I will say this is the best gameplay out of all the games on my list. Out of all the games in 2020, I will
I
claim
have to
that.
look at my list.
Fuck all the rest of them. This is the best gameplay. This is the most fun I will, you will have just playing the game. Although I think I just said that with Spider-Man as well. But whatever.
You did.
Two different experiences, though, eh? So
Yeah, very much so.
Honestly, I think Ori might have the best gameplay for me.
I'm addicted to just the loop of Tony Hawk, just going around trying to get a better high score. All the new challenges they put in that they added on top of the challenges that were in the original game are really fun. I grind towards this platinum like every day, so I had to put it.
Is that what your goal is?
Yeah, someday. Might take years, but they made it really hard, like a real grind. But
what are you trying to get right now for that platinum?
So there's like a different level system that they added in on top of like the level system in the actual game. It's kind of just like separate challenges that you can do, and it's just like a whole bunch of challenges. There's like hundreds of challenges now on different maps and stuff that you can do. There's challenges for the multiplayer mode. There's challenges for the create a park mode, stuff like that. And really, you just I'm just doing all these challenges now, trying to level up just my overall character, and that's like the last trophy I need to get to level 100, and I'm like 70 something, but it's gonna take a while. But yeah, I absolutely love this game. It's just a nostalgia trip, and yeah, something I wanted for years, and I finally got it in 2020.
It was awesome that game came out.
Yeah, incredible. Another one with Keeley just announcing it, and it came out like
he had like some deal with Activision.
Yeah, man. I don't know what it was, but I gotta give a shout out to Activision this year. Honestly, is like I know these aren't selling as well as I'm sure they'd want them to, being Crash and the Tony Hawk remake, but
I'm sure Crash more so.
They got to keep these going because like it's giving them such goodwill for me, Like,
people like to hate on Activision.
Yeah, people love to hate on Activision, but when I think of Activision now, I'm like, oh, dude, they're awesome, But yeah,
they're definitely starting to rebuild that
for sure. Sims, what is your number 3?
My number 3 is Ori.
Here it is.
Okay.
I had such a good time with it. I mean, I wouldn't have played this game if it wasn't for this podcast. I think it was something I just went, oh, whatever. Not really. It's not really my cup of tea. Like platforming and Metroidvania type thing. And I picked it up and I just had such a good time with it, and like I became so addicted, and I really wanted to finish it. I remember finishing it like on the morning of having to go to work. Like I just like had to finish this game, and the rewards at the end of like every like platform puzzle, having to put together like I can't remember the movesets anymore, but there was different types of movesets. You had to do one thing to get there, and then you had to think really quickly to then go to the next, to get to the next part, to get to the top, to pick up whatever it was. Getting lost and getting lost and I just had a good time with it, and it was visually pleasing, and the story was heartfelt, and it just took me on this journey, and I've never like played a game like that, and I was so rewarded with it, and I just felt I made a good decision, and I've always remembered it. Maybe because it's like my first. You never forget your first time, do you? So yeah, I had really, really, really good time with it.
Caught you off guard too, right? Because you didn't play the first one.
No, yeah, I literally played it so we could talk about it. Like that was it. Like I was like, oh, I kind of feel like I have to talk about it, and I did, and it was on Games Pass, and it cost me a dime, and it cost me £13. But yeah, I honestly, it was visually amazing. Like easily could have been like the game of the year for me. Like easily, unfortunately people just don't talk about it. Unfortunately, games in February don't get the recognition it deserves. Like I don't know. I had a good time. Brilliant game. Play it.
Play it.
I'm not going to. Daniel, what is your number 3?
Coward.
My number 3 is Yakuza Like a Dragon.
Weird.
Number 3. I love this game. You have something to say, Sims? I was
gonna say why, because it was quiet. I was like, why?
Why? What?
I know.
Number 3?
You were about to explain, like, so.
The narrative is awesome. I don't think I wasn't expecting me to like the narrative as much as I do, and even Ichiban himself, especially after Kiryu. I like Kiryu. He's more of a stoic, main character. Always does the right thing. But Ichiban is much more different. He's a little more flawed. He doesn't know everything. He's a little more fun-loving. He's definitely a good main character to have. I don't want to say too much about the story, but there's always twists in the Yakuza games. and this game really, I think it hit with the story, and even more so than I think some of the other ones I played this year. Like, it's not as good as Zero, but
Yeah, I was about to say you just started this whole series this year, right?
yeah, when it came to Game Pass, I really like it a lot. The turn-based combat, I still don't know if I like it more than the brawler beat 'em up combat, because that is just really fun, just beating thugs up in the streets. It's just really fun. But I do like it. Like, I doubt that they would have like a choose your own. I don't think that they would do that. But
I would do like both the combat systems.
yeah, I think that might be too much.
Yeah,
but
be a lot going on in that game. That's for sure.
Yeah, and this game definitely feels more like a group story, not just Ichiban, right? Like the other game, yeah, there's other main characters, especially in some of the later Yakuza games, but it is really about Kiryu and his journey with all the different members in Tojo Clan. But this game has a cast that you're dealing with, and I guess that has something to do with it being an RPG and having people always there with you. So it definitely has a different feel for a Yakuza game.
Yeah, it's really cool you started that series this year, and then like the newest one ended up being your number 3 of the whole year,
Yeah, it's really good.
Underrated series too, just overall, honestly.
I mean, yeah, I think more people need to play it because they have it in English. Like 7 is in English.
Right.
I think it's the first time since I think the first one or something like that. Maybe the first 2. They've never been in English, but they did a lot of work putting in English voice acting.
It's nice to see it get any attention it most definitely deserves.
I think it should get more, to be honest.
Yeah, this one in particular seems to be getting more attention than any other Yakuza game, honestly.
It's come out with a generation on it, so get some kind of attention. Yeah,
that's true.
I'd like to play one.
Yeah, I mean, this one's pretty good to play. Like, it's
turn-based, though, isn't it? So that will probably put me off.
Yeah.
Yakuza,
I mean,
0, isn't it?
0.
I think I downloaded
0 is the furthest back in the story. It's on Game Pass.
Yeah, I think I did download it.
Connor, what is your number 2?
My number 2 is Final Fantasy VII Remake. Yeah, all the way at 2. I love this game. I had such a fun time playing this game. I love the ending. The ending is what really sticks out. Right?
Yeah.
I love what they did with that. That was such a cool idea to me. I won't spoil it, but yeah. It was,
interesting. I didn't think you loved it that much.
I did. I loved it.
Okay.
That was such like a Kingdom Hearts move. That was straight
that
out.
That would make sense then. Yeah,
that was such a Kingdom Hearts thing. That's why I think I liked it so much. The combat really sticks out in my head. I love the combat in this game. I thought it was so fun. I really hope Final Fantasy just sticks with this combat. Like, just keep this. Just iterate on this. Make this better. You know what I mean?
I wonder if 16 will.
Yeah,
it's a different team, so I wonder.
Yeah, 16 might try to be a little bit more like 15, I guess.
Maybe.
Just because it's that same team. But I would hope they just stick with this for all Final Fantasy games because it's fantastic.
I really like it too.
I know me and Daniel just talked about the characters. Like, the characters, man. The Cloud is so cool. Tifa, Aerith, Barrett, they're all so good. Shout out to the random cat at that one scene when it was exploding.
Yes.
So the ending, obviously, I won't spoil it, but like, it just completely takes the game into its own direction. Like, they don't have to follow anything from the original game. Like, I played the original game, got past Midgar, and then, like, no one can predict what's going to happen next, can they?
Yeah.
And they could do it in any order they want as well now. Like, they can add any character from Final Fantasy VII OG into this now.
They can now, like, really flesh out this world into multiple games, and, like, I think that's just so cool.
I wonder how open part 2 will be.
Yeah. Shout out to the boss fights as well. The ones in, like, that scene.
Yes. Hell House.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a great time platinuming this game, too. It was a weird list because you had to play it.
You platinumed it, didn't you? You crazy bastard.
Yeah, it was a hard platinum. Yeah, but it was a really fun one. Like, I felt really, really good after I got that one. You
played it twice then?
Yeah, I played it twice. I forget what else I had to do. There was something really hard that took me forever. But yeah, there was like just a straight month there where I just.
What about the challenges? Were they hard?
Yeah, the challenges, that was it. It was like the last arena challenges were the hard ones to get. Yeah.
For Chadley. Don't forget Chadley.
Sadly, creepy little
Best
fuck.
character.
Yeah. Also just the I think Midgar itself, is just really cool to me. Just that whole world. I love like that part when you ride on the train and you go into like where they live and stuff. Stuff like that just really sticks out in my head. Yeah, Final Fantasy 7 Remake. Talked about it a lot this year. Can't wait for part 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want any information on that.
Not a game where I was coming in 2020 where I was like, oh, I'm gonna like really love that. I was really on the fence about it. Yeah, I did not know how much I'd like that, and yeah, it ended up being my number 2.
Honestly didn't know if I was gonna play it.
Yeah, I've only played like 2 other Final Fantasy games, so it's not really my genre, but yeah, great game. Sims, what is your number 2?
My number 2 is Spider-Man. Miles Morales. I know. I've not finished it.
You beat it all the way at 2.
I've not finished it.
Note that Sims had 3 Marvel games on its list, and Avengers was last.
I've been playing Miles Morales now for 2 nights. Play that maybe 2-3 hours each. I'm trying to play the story mainly, so I can talk about it a bit more. And the things they do with the game so far is incredible. Like the little what they call it, montages they do with the sick soundtrack. Like honestly, like just brought a tear to my eye. And when the game first starts, I think you get a call and then you start swinging, and the game does a great job of like cutscene, and then you can start swinging, no loading screens.
Yeah, the first game had it like that too,
and it was just like. Oh, and I remember, like, just as soon as the game just let me start swinging, I was like, I hit R2 and the resistance with the triggers, and I was like, I am back, and I was just so happy. I was like, I'm gonna cry, right now, and I was just swinging away, and I was just like, I'm back. I never missed a beat. I'm like, the soundtrack was sick, and then as the game progresses, there's like there's 2 or 3 montages that's happened so far. And the soundtrack is so good, and like the world is like cold and snowy, and Miles is so like I've only read half of the book that I bought, but like you can see how he's still trying to fit into Harlem, like still trying to get adjusted to Harlem. Like in the book, spoilers for the book, his first experience in Harlem was he'd left his back. He went out for a walk just to clear his head, like just to, maybe get to know Harlem a bit more. And he noticed this robbery, and he went to stop the robbery. He went to go dress up as Spider-Man, but he didn't have his suit. He's like, oh shit, I forgot my suit. So then he's like, oh, I'm just gonna do it anyway. And then the guy got away, but the store owner thought it was him that robbed him, so he was getting arrested. And then obviously Peter saved him and found the other perp, and then said, look, this guy did it, not him. But he was just like that wrestling with like Harlem and trying to be Spider-Man and trying not to make mistakes, and he keeps making mistakes. He makes mistakes in the first 5 minutes of the game. And knowing that this is his like journey, I'm not even got to the end of his own journey, but him learning to be Spider-Man, and then like the game not starting how I expected it to start. Like, I won't spoil it, but he wasn't I'll say it, well, that's one in it. But he wasn't doing something that I expected him to be doing straight away, if that makes sense.
Kinda.
If I said doing, if I changed doing with something else.
Sure.
Yeah. I don't know, I just, and then the story's a bit predictable. I saw one character, I was like, well, I know who you are straight away. Well, I don't know, maybe I'm just soft sod. And it's because it's Spider-Man, that's why it's so high or. But he's such a, like, the montages, and then as soon as them montages are happening and then the music's there, you kind of think, automatically you think, this goes back to my favourite film, Spider-Verse. And it's just like, this is so good. Like, I just, all I want to do is go and play it right now, but I've got to talk to you fucking doofuses.
Thanks, I guess.
But no, yeah.
Spider-Verse suit?
No, I haven't got it yet.
Oh, okay, you gotta get that. Yeah.
But honestly, I'm having such a good time with it. Like the only flaw I could have with it is maybe there's too many stealth sequences so far. Like there's a lot of them.
That goddamn stealth.
But I am enjoying it. Like, I love it. The PS5. I don't know if this happened for you, Daniel. Like you're in a warehouse, with the cat. You're in the warehouse with the cat, and then you press R2 and L2 to see the vents, and then you hit the L2 and R2, and you go through the vent and into the open world instantly.
Yeah, immediately. Yeah,
it's amazing.
It happened with me too. Yeah, even on PS4.
So good, so good, so good.
That's what they do. Daniel, what's your number 2?
My number 2, it will be a surprise, is Cyberpunk 2077.
I really wish I could rank this game.
I mean, you could just for fun.
I will put this game in. I will take one of these games out next year and replace it maybe with Cyberpunk. Maybe.
It might not work for you. I'm not sure.
There's a couple of games that I might have to reiterate. I forgot to mention this. Like, I may be taking games out to put maybe Immortals or Assassin's Creed or Watch Dogs and stuff like that, because of my life, I can't buy games.
Begin with Sims throughout the year.
Please.
His 2020 games. I'm so happy you enjoyed this game though, because all the negativity around this game, it's really overshadowing how fantastic this game is.
Definitely.
And at least me and you really like it, and we're able to talk about it like that. But continue.
I don't really have a ton more to say that we talked about. I do wish the driving was a little bit better. I don't think it's as bad as you have said. But I do really like the driving. Like the higher level cars you get, they feel better to drive. So I feel like they kind of give you a hard time driving in the very beginning because you don't really have a good car. But I don't want to spoil. There are some cars towards the end that just feel much better to play. The combat feels great. I end up speccing more into shooting people with a pistol than hacking, which I said I wanted to hack, but I end up using my intelligence skill more for talking than actual hacking.
Yeah. That's what it's for, right?
Yeah.
It's almost the same thing with strength, to be honest. There's always the
just breaking doors.
Yeah. You're just breaking doors, or you can intimidate people with how strong you are, or whatever.
Oh, yeah. I see. My strength, I didn't use it, so I didn't know that. That's cool. But yeah,
about that we didn't really get into mine is how do you feel about the main story? We haven't been able to.
Well, I beat it.
Yeah,
I know you haven't beat it yet.
I can't give my full thoughts.
There are multiple endings, so depending on what you do in the last mission, you will have something different. I think there's 7 different endings. I ultimately like where the story went. The very end, kind of the epilogue of the game, I don't know if I like as much. I guess it kind of depends on what you do. You're going to have a different epilogue ending. But it definitely leaves it open for what could be the future, and I like that. I like looking forward. I like games to be complete but still look forward. I don't think everything just needs a definitive end.
Yeah, I gotta say with the main story, it's very relatable to a Fallout or Skyrim. It really hasn't wowed me, the main story. I've never been I gotta go play the next main story mission. That never really crossed my mind. And which is kind of a shame. But
I think what makes the main missions good is the characters.
Yeah,
because you're dealing with, I think, a lot of interesting characters with all unique backgrounds and things that they do. And I think that's where the story hits, is the characters and the interactions. Johnny just constantly pops up and talks.
That's probably my favorite part of the game is
Johnny Silverhand.
It's Johnny, and his pop-ups and his random comments and stuff is just so cool. It's such a it's pulled straight off Fight Club with Tyler Durden, if you know what I'm talking about. But it's just straight up that, and it's so cool that they put that in the game. Reminds me a lot of when Joker would pop up in Arkham Knight. It's kind of like that. Yeah. Except it's so cool the way they do it with Johnny.
I love you. You'll just be talking to an NPC and he'll just pop up in the background, say something. You can start talking to him.
You'll be talking to some person and Johnny will pop up on the side and like other people can't hear Johnny, only you can. And like he'll just be like, this stupid fuck.
Yeah.
Shout out to Keanu Reeves though, man. Like he put in work for this.
He did.
There is a lot of dialogue and like he's there for all of it, and it's crazy how much
there is a lot of Johnny.
A lot of Johnny. Like he's there all the time, and it's like, damn, he put in more work than the main character. You know what I mean?
Not as much, but he did put in a lot.
He talks so much, and I'm just like, I can't believe it. How much they had to pay him for this? Because like it must have took years. How much he had to do?
Yeah. But yeah, I really like this game, and I think it's a shame that maybe some people are either waiting to play it or having it being too buggy or anything like that. Like I guess I wish the air around the game was a little bit nicer. I'll just say that. I
think it'll get its time to shine. I think once the bugs get sorted out, or at least a lot of them get sorted out, and the new console editions come out, the PS5 and Series X ones, I think people then realize like how great this game really is. At least I hope.
Yeah,
and with that,
me too.
That was our number 2s. Now, guys, we are all on our number 1. There is one game mysteriously missing from all of our lists. So I am just going to open up this conversation and let's just all talk about our number 1 because I'm assuming it's the same. Should we all say it together?
Yes.
Everyone's number 1 is
2, 1.
Bugsnax.
Bugsnax. Last of Us.
Had to bring up Bugsnax.
I was going to say something that funny. I was like, what could I say?
You didn't think
Avengers. It's not on my list anywhere. It's got to be number 1.
But no, all of our number 1s are The Last of Us Part 2. We all love this game. We did a whole fucking 5-hour-long spoiler cast on it.
Over 5 weeks.
You can go watch right now over at Nerdic YouTube. Oh no, wait, other way around. YouTube.com/Nerdic Gods.
That's it.
Yes, that's
horrible plug.
Yeah, it's like 3 hours to be
over 3 weeks.
Yeah.
It's great though. Go watch it. But yeah, this game fucking incredible. Let's just open up the floor here. Shout out to Abby, my favorite character of the year.
One of the best characters of the year, yeah.
Shout out to Laura Bailey voicing her. Shout out to Ellie.
Yeah.
Fucking amazing.
Shout out to I've talked about this, I think, even last week. Shout out to the risk that they took with this game.
Yeah.
It's 100%.
They did not need to do it. They could have just did another story of young Ellie and older Joel, or just Joel or whatever, and it could just be them adventures of them and going back to Tommy's place or whatever. But
then
no,
would it have been a case of Naughty Dog played it safe?
Exactly. I mean, but
it is not a fan service game. They do not care what you wanted this game to be at all. They don't give a fuck what you wanted number 2 to be. It is what they wanted it to be, and it's amazing because of that.
Definitely.
I think the way what really stands out to me with this game is the way you see things from other people's perspectives. We won't get too into spoilers, but just the way they do that. There's a turn where obviously you play as Abby at some point in this game. Everyone fucking knows that. So I mean, I guess that's a slight spoiler. But whatever. The turn when you switch to her and you see her side of things is just incredible, and it like really blew my mind. And it's something just really unique for a video game, I think. And this whole game, man, just blew my mind.
We say that we keep saying what a game. It's not a game, is it? Like it's.
Yeah, it is. I mean, the gameplay I think feels good, pretty good.
It just
gameplay's fantastic though.
It just feels like a journey. Like it wasn't even like it was something that you were a part of the journey. Like I didn't feel like I never felt like I was playing a game. I felt like I was a part of a journey. And then when it swapped to Abby, it was like I'm a different part of the journey. And then by the end of it, I was like, we go to that. We took the piss the other day about immersion and I'm in my living room playing a game. This game, I wasn't. I was in the world. I was with Abby. I was with Ellie. I was, in that certain room, in that certain scene, going, stop it. What are you doing? Like you just wanted to grab her and just slap her. It's like, look, that's what you laugh at. It's done now. or put kettle on. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't know, like for me, when I say it doesn't feel like a game, it just is it leaps and bounds than what any game has ever done. Like with the story, with the gameplay, like the visuals, like everything just seemed 1,000 times better than anything I've ever done with a controller and a TV. And I feel like that's the best thing I could say about it.
I think the game has really good pacing. I actually really like the pacing.
Mm-hmm.
I like the ramp up, and then the kind of the fall, and then the ramp to the end. I don't want to say too much, but
I can't wait to play this on PS5. Like, I genuinely,
I think the game has very good pacing.
I'm gonna play this game as soon as it hit, as soon as PS5, you know, the remaster or whatever they want. This will be the first thing I do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, say what you want about this game's story. You know, I know a lot of people have problems with it. A lot of people have problems with the way the characters are handled and stuff. But you can't deny this game on like a technical level. You know, the level of polish that went into this game, you know, is incredible. You know, Naughty Dog goes over the top with that type of stuff. You know, and shout out to the accessibility options as well. You know, which they're already getting a bunch of awards for it. But you know, you gotta give a shout out to that. You know, respect for that.
Certain things that there's like one thing that really stands out to me in the game is when you reach that certain workbench and that person grabs you.
Yeah. Yes. Well, it's that whole little squad. They were like hiding in the room, and then they jump you. I was not ready for because usually it's like, okay, this is kind of a safe position, and
so every time you go to that table, you're like, oh, I'm good.
You are vulnerable. You will get. But I remember the second time around, like just putting mine near the door. And just as I was in the, all I could hear was, poof. I was like, got ya. Like you wouldn't normally that wouldn't work. Normally you going into that loading screen workbench would have erased the mine. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, it's in real time when you're doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what they're trying to say.
You know, other games would have been, oh, it's a loading screen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You'd go into like Fallout 4. You go into your workbench.
Like a loading animation.
Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? Like, no, this was like. And all hearing that explosion, and you're like, this game is on another level. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, this is, oh my god, and it's just emotional in it. Like, it will emotionally drain you. Like, it will fuck you up. Like,
yeah,
definitely. Yeah. Depending on how attached you are to the characters and stuff, yeah, definitely. Any particular moments stick out to you guys with this game? For me, it's in the basement level of the hospital. Or like the garage parking lot or whatever, the thing you fight down there. That always sticks out in my head. Anything for you guys?
The hospital for sure.
Yeah.
Can I give a shout out? I don't know if it's too much of a spoiler, but the museum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the museum
flashbacks
was awesome. Yeah, the flashbacks. The museum was awesome. Seeing
their relationship,
that kind of fatherhood relationship more, I think is
emotional,
awesome.
So good.
I really love the Dina and I don't know if you guys really like Dina as much, but I really like the Dina and Ellie relationship. I think it really worked for me.
Everything that happened made sense.
Yeah,
Dina being, like, that made sense. Like, Dina had been with, what's his name?
Jesse.
And, she did realise that she was gay or bisexual or whatever. And stuff like that happens. It doesn't matter, like, if you're in the middle of apocalypse or whatever. Yeah, I think, you said the hospital bit. What bit you on about? The bit with...
You fight the giant thing at the bottom of the hospital.
Oh, shit, yeah. I thought... I
just thought it was really cool.
I just thought that was really cool. That part just sticks out to me just because of the style and like I remember that red light and stuff. Like,
definitely another shout out is that island at the end. I don't want to spoil too much, but the Seraphite Island, that whole sequence,
incredible,
was awesome.
So have that many set pieces in one game as well.
Yeah, well, it's a very long game too. That's probably my one negative thing is I wish it was a little shorter. I think it's a little too long.
Even the last bit, right at the very end, like that added bit like added
It's pretty significant, yeah.
island.
Because I remember you asked us about that bit.
Yeah,
Because
you were
we
like,
had
"How
already-
close I am to being done."
Yeah, you were asking how close. We were like, you're still a couple hours from beating it.
Believe it. The bit that stands out for me, like you asked a minute ago, is the bit with. Should we spoil it? I don't know. The bit where, as Ellie, you killed a certain thing, and then as you played through it, and then you kind of meet yourself.
Go back
in
to the
middle,
theater,
and you're like, "Fuck." Do you know what I mean? Like that one innocent, like didn't even think about it. Like you just did it because it was a square with no emotional attachments, and then 6 hours later, you've got an emotional attachment. And you're like, for fuck's sake.
They made you feel bad for things you did 6 hours ago, in which during 6 hours ago you felt good about doing those things. You know what I mean?
It's ridiculous.
yeah. Even like the whole theater scene. I know that's kind of a big climax. Like I really love.
And
I will say I don't like the fight. I did not need the fight.
No, the fight was.
I don't like that fight.
They should have just cutscened it all.
That's so cool.
Yeah. No. I love the thematics, like the story behind the fight. I just don't like the fight.
Yeah, sure.
I think the fight itself didn't work for me, but the story behind it, I really love. I love the thematically where that goes.
Okay, cool. You got anything else to say, I guess?
I'll have one more question regarding. Do you think we'll see both characters again?
Yes.
I think they have to at this point.
I don't know if we'll play as both characters again, but I believe we will see them.
I just got this like really bad buddy cop game in my head.
Lethal Weapon 6.
Just them two like this.
Yeah.
They team up? Oh, that'd be cool.
But they don't want to.
They don't want to.
Oh, that's the hook. That's the hook.
Yeah. Incredible game. One of the games of the generation. For sure.
Yeah, bravo, man.
Play it.
Wait,
Daniel, what are our points?
So that's why I keep looking down, everybody. I've been tallying everything.
Is tallying up the points. We are going to rank.
So we have a little bit of more discussing with this because there are some ties. The top 5 is locked. It's the next 5 that we need to get.
You want to start at 10?
No, we need to discuss points first. I need to get the tying first, and then I can.
Okay, go ahead.
Then I can tell you. So, Yakuza and Tony Hawk Remake 1 and 2 are both at 8. So, how would we want to put them? Which one should be higher?
Damn. Well, I'm gonna argue for Tony Hawk here. Let's let Sims get that tiebreaker because I'm assuming you will be Yakuza.
I mean, that's why I'm just asking the question.
They're both different games. Like,
there are multiple ties here.
Can't we just tie it up? Can't we just say
no?
5?
There needs to be a top 10. So,
but could we say these are both number 10 or whatever?
No, I don't want to do that.
You want to do that? Okay, we will decide, and thus Sims will decide this. Go ahead.
Well, I've
Sims.
not played any.
I need you to make a choice here. Just name one. Go ahead. Although you will piss one of us off greatly.
No, he won't make me upset.
You will make Sim. No, I'm kidding. Just go ahead.
I based on like.
I mean, if for how much you talk about Tony Hawk, like you could put it above. That's fine.
I think the way he speaks about it like resonates how I speak about a game, like so much like passion.
Number 3.
It's like you got so much passion, and it like I think you put it on like every day. A, because you want the platinum, and B, because it's comfort food. Like it takes you back to little Connor in his pants playing Tony Hawk's on his PlayStation 1. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
I didn't have pants when I was a kid.
this is a podcast one of a day.
So Tony Hawk above.
You were naked.
Horrible at decisions. Go ahead.
I don't like it.
Just name one.
But I don't have any. I've played Tony Hawk's 20 years ago, and I've not played I've not played Yakuza.
I mean, what do you want me to do here? That's my question.
Tony Hawk. I'm going to say Tony Hawk.
Somewhere else.
No, I'm just giving you ties right now.
Doing the ties.
So
okay.
I'll go Tony Hawk's. I'm sorry, Daniel.
Okay.
Wow.
Only because I played it 20 years ago and I enjoyed it and I wanted it. I've not got it yet.
Are you pissing off Daniel?
Oh.
You fucking did.
We got. Okay. So this is gonna be interesting. We got Ghost of Tsushima, and Crash.
What are their points?
7.
I will say Crash.
Fresh.
What would you say, Daniel? Assuming Crash.
I mean, Ghost is like number what?
11.
12. So
12.
definitely Crash for me. So this is I have the top 9 now. So this last slot, number 10, is a 3-way tie that we will have to decide. It is between Astro's Playroom, Doom Eternal, and Animal Crossing.
What do we want to do here?
I know how much you guys like Astros, but I would probably say Doom should be number 10.
I like Doom more than Astros, so I will say Doom.
I will say Doom because I respect.
You can say Astros.
No, you're probably right. Doom is probably a far superior game. It's just something I'm not interested in.
Sure.
And if you two like trash games, you two like trash games.
It's not a trash game.
Shots fired.
Crazy.
Let's move on to our top 10.
So now the official Nerdic Gods top 10. We did all of ours. Now I have an official top 10 for us. Number 10, Doom Eternal. 10. Number 9, Ghost of Tsushima. Number 8 is Crash 4. It's about time.
Oh, baby.
Bad time.
Yeah. Number 8. Number 7 is Yakuza, Like a Dragon. Number 6 is Tony Hawk. 1 and 2 remake.
Shout out to Tony Hawk.
Sure.
Tony Hawk,
I
come
still,
on.
I
Accept your reward.
yeah, he does YouTube stuff. I still would like to play this game maybe eventually.
Yeah, me
it's definitely in the my back burners, but I definitely want to try
We
it.
can all platinum it together.
I'm so far behind now. Number 5 is Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
Nice.
Yay! Shout out to Ori.
Got recognition here, boys.
Yes, it did. Top 5. Number 4 is Cyberpunk 2077.
All right. Fuck yeah.
Number 3, and so I will say these past 3, pretty close. These next 2 were the most by a lot. Or no, I'm sorry. This next one, which is Spider-Man, Miles Morales.
At number 3.
At number 3. These past 3 were pretty close. And then these next 2 were head and shoulders above everybody else, which is number 2, Final Fantasy VII Remake. Yay! And then number 1 is The Last of Us Part 2.
Getting a full 30 points, too.
A full 30 points, yep.
Thanks.
So Final Fantasy had 23, and Last of Us had 30. And then the next one was 17. So it was a pretty big jump from the top 2.
Incredible. Great.
Yay!
This part 2, man.
I can do it one more time if you want me to read it one more time because I have it right here. But you let me know.
I'm running quite late.
And with that, we will move on to the bet section. Last week's bet was, Daniel, I'm going to throw it over to you because I forgot all this.
Okay. It was how many negative reviews did Cyberpunk have?
That's right.
On Metacritic. So I look, and we always do the highest, so which was the PC version. Not as many as I thought. It is 3,789. Which, let me see, what were the bets here? Connor, you said 12,000. I said 15,000. I thought that was real. Sim said 3,000. But, yeah, you win, Sims. Yeah.
Happy New Year!
What was it?
What?
What was it? What was the number?
That was the first thing I said. 3,789.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's low.
Yeah, much lower than I thought. Much lower than I thought.
Interesting.
No, congratulations.
What'd you do? You didn't do anything.
Did a win.
You didn't win. We're not
No,
done.
You haven't won
game,
yet.
Every week this year.
I mean, we have what? This is episode 47. We have 48, 49, 50, 51, 56. And 52. We have 5 more.
Spanked you both. Like, you two are my proverbial bitches.
I don't have a way to win, but Connor can still win.
Shit out Sims. I see him on the street.
Oh. So this week's bet is Super Meat Boy. It came out. I haven't heard a lot of people talk about it. I don't know how good it's doing. I know the first game's beloved. I want to know what the Metacritic score for that will be.
I want to know what my pen went.
That's a good question. I will go first and make it easy. It's probably in the 80s.
Yeah.
I don't know what the first one
Yeah,
scored.
these are scored pretty high, right?
I'm going to say 82. I think it's a pretty solid game. I'm sure.
Yeah, I don't know. People like these. We'll say,
Especially that first one, yeah.
I'll say 84.
84. Is that what you were going to pick, Sims?
We should never let Sims go last. I swear he gets it. We did it again. Fuck.
I will go first forever now, if you want. 80.
80. Okay.
You said a lot of eights.
Yeah, you said a lot of 8s. Is it 80?
Official guess.
8,880. No,
Okay.
80.
80? Okay. It's the best retreat game ever. So, that is the bet.
We'll look forward to that for next week. That was the Nerd Gods podcast, episode 47. What a great episode.
I
boys.
do want to say, I always write how many games I beat. I want to mention it on the show one more time. I have it right here. You can see there's one page, and there's my second page. I had 2 pages. 2 pages. I beat 52 games.
You've got, what, 6 hours to beat one more?
I could. I like saying that I technically beat one game a week.
Are there 52 weeks in a year? I thought it was 56.
Yep. No, it's 52.
Oh, I don't know.
Maybe you're in your fucking backwards country in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Country in Milwaukee. Yeah, 56. I think that's a good number. That's what we should add 4 more weeks. Add another month.
Add a whole month. Yeah.
We did good, boy.
Yeah, we did.
Did good. Great episode.
And here's
All
to
right.
another year.
Well, not a year for the show yet. Almost.
Did
Yeah.
it cause COVID?
I did want to do one thing. What do you guys think will be your game of the year next year?
Ooh.
Yeah. Close it out.
It depends on if a lot of the games come out.
Yeah. Whatever you hope's coming, I think will.
I don't think Ragnarok's coming out, but if it is, that might. Or I should say God of War. I doubt it's called Ragnarok. I'm going to say Horizon 2.
That's my exact thoughts. If God of War comes out, that's it. If not, God of War 2. Shout out to Resident Evil Village, though, because I think that game looks incredible.
That's it. That's up there. That's up there.
Resident Evil Village is like everything they're showing on that. I'm like, yes.
Give me that gothic horror. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm into it.
I will go. Breath of the Wild 2.
Yeah. I that would be up there too. I just don't know if that's coming out.
But again, a shout out to Village. And I do think Zelda will come out next year, and then we'll get a new Switch in 2020.
I think we'll get the new Switch next fall with Zelda. Be my guess.
That's a big fall game.
I can't believe how old the Switch is already.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely feels old.
Crazy.
All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe to our channel.
Yes, please.
It's like, what are you doing? Just click subscribe. We do this every week.
Every week.
Man, it's great. Every Sunday, we drop a new episode. Yeah. Thank you for watching.
Bye,
God
everybody.
bless. Happy New Year, guys.
Yeah, Happy New Year.